Welcome to Viva La Vibes. I'm Brandon.
Here, I'm Sweet Tea.
All right,
I'm Aaron.
there we go. We got a new, we got a second guest ever. You know what? Mark it down.
Man.
We got two guests, and that's pretty sick. Welcome, Aaron. How you feeling?
Pretty good.
You feeling good?
Yeah, especially after this morning.
Yeah. You had a good morning.
Yeah, it's a long day.
Yeah. Tell us about it.
Just had work all morning. I guess I had an 8 a.m. with you and a 2 to 5. So worked, what's that? A little over 8 hours.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was kind of an interesting.
It was
thing.
fun. I'll tell you, our first job that we had, we got to trade a couple stories around. So it wasn't as long as I thought. You know, we had a fun time. It was fun, rather. You know, you get a good group of guys going on, and it ends up being real fun.
Yeah. It
Easy
was
little move.
very stress free. It was.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
The packing was weird because everything was just kind of like coming out at once. You know. what I
Yeah,
mean?
and you know how you pack a truck, like everything crappy at the end? Well, that was at the
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, that was the very
So
front.
we had to pull it all out and repack it.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
Coop, so we ended up showing up at 8 a.m. and she calls us and says, "Hey, we can't get into the unit. I didn't pay my note, so we have to wait till management gets here at 9 a.m."
Lord.
And we both pulled up and we were like, all right, we're going to Waffle House. So we went and had breakfast. She finally got it paid off. We showed up. Coop had already showed up and left and went home. And then about
Sounds
9
like Coop.
o'clock rolls around. I said,
Yeah.
hey, man, we're here. About 20 minutes later, he says, hey, so my car ran out of gas. So I'm sitting at the exit of the interstate. Is there any
No.
way one of y'all can come get me?
No.
And I was just sitting there thinking, I hope this man has a gas can. Little did we know, he showed up 20 minutes later. Some guy, literally nice enough, came and got him to get gas and took him back. Like
That
at
is
8:30 on a Friday morning.
What are the
who
odds
has
of that?
time to do that?
No
you
one
know?
ever
Like,
Yeah.
does that ever.
he's a lucky man. I told him, I said, you know, it's lucky you had that gas tank in your car. And he said, I'll tell you what, it's not the first time I've done this.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Just
You know, it was fine. We got to talk about that movie thing you were telling us about, but we didn't get to go into like depth. That movie
Yeah,
show
so
you were
I've been
watching.
what did I say it was called?
It was like the movies that changed.
Yeah,
life.
movies that
Yes.
made us on Netflix.
Yeah.
I love that.
Have you
that?
seen it?
See, I've seen the trailers for it, but I am ready to watch it.
So I thought it was going to be a lot different than it actually was, and I kind of liked what it ended up being. Like, so there's 3 seasons so far, and I've only watched like 2 or 3 episodes. So the one I watched was Halloween, and I watched Coming to America.
Okay.
But they've got some on there like Ghostbusters and like Home Alone.
Yes.
The newest season, they have a lot of horror stuff, which isn't really my vibe.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, you learn a lot of really cool stuff. Like, for instance, the what's his name, Marilyn.
Manson.
Not Manson.
Monroe?
Michael Myers.
Michael
Sorry.
Myers. Oh, yeah.
Marilyn.
Oopsie. His mask is actually a Captain Kirk mask that
Oh,
they
yeah.
painted white and dyed the hair black and cut the eyes out. Like, and then you see it and you're like, that's actually Captain Kirk.
Yeah.
Like, but I mean, there's just a lot of cool stories, really cool stories. Like, it was a $300,000 budget and it made like over $100 million,
Oh, my God.
which is just ridiculous.
And it was
when you think
initially a
about
flop, right?
Yeah.
it. Yeah, they actually ended up. I think if I can remember correctly, they said they had to take it overseas, and then they brought it to a small time theater. And then when it finally sold out, they took it to a big time theater. And they said the first day they got like 10 ticket sales. The second day they got like 100, and the third day it sold out. And then from then on, it sold out every Halloween.
Jesus.
It's like,
Damn.
that's how you want to do it. I mean,
Would you classify that as a cult classic, like, or is it like legitimately like a great?
I would
film?
have to classify that as a cult classic because just of everything that kind of sparked
Yeah.
all the horror movies to come.
That's true.
Like, it kind
Yeah.
of created, and it, like, funny enough, one of the craziest things that, again, I've not really watched any horror movies, so when I watched it, first thing I did after was watch Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's really cool to see all the content. But anyway, it was one of the only horror movies that didn't use blood. Like,
Oh.
there's only one
yeah.
scene
I did
that they
notice that.
actually used fake blood.
That
And it was like the
the-
very first one, and you barely
Yeah.
see it because he's got the mask
Oh,
on.
my God.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know, that's and then everything after that's just all blood.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
kind of like around that time of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and they didn't even use that much blood.
Golly.
But that movie is actually pretty dang good if you watch it. I mean, Halloween's one of my favorite scary movies of all time, but I can admit that it's a little cheesy.
I'll admit the only reason I watched it is because of that show.
You've never watched it before?
No, I don't watch
Oh.
horror movies. Like I'm not scared or anything. It's just not my style.
I
Like
get that.
I'd rather watch like a comedy or like something like suspenseful even. Like you know, just something with a little story into it. And most of those horrors, like, all right, everyone's gonna die. You know, I don't want to see that. I already know that. You
yeah,
know?
I get
Something
that.
with a
I
story.
get that. So like paranormal or crime.
I've seen one of them. I like the parodies, not like Scary
Yeah.
Movie, but like Haunted House. You know, with the Wayans brothers.
You told me about that with the
Oh,
hot
yeah,
tub
that
and
is funny.
everything.
That's a good one. It's like a new version of Scary Movie, and I have to admit, like it was awesome. Like I was like
Hell
13
yeah.
when it came out, so
Shiloh.
I'm surprised they sold me a
The little
ticket,
dog.
honestly. But
Well, damn. I haven't seen that. I'm not really a movie guy,
Yeah.
if you can't tell. I've been now catching up on movies that I've
what do
been
you do?
told.
TV shows, or you just stick with your music?
Music. Yeah, I'm a music guy.
Yeah.
I'm
Beastie
sorry.
Boys, and
Documentary.
He got me going on Beastie Boys this
Oh.
morning.
yeah, he was Paul revering it up in the car.
I was
Brass
jamming it.
monkey.
Yeah, he gets it. He
Yeah.
gets
He
it.
knows it.
Don't
I
you
know
don't want to
he
get me
knows
on
it.
that craze because you saw when I get opened up. He mentioned Paul.
We
Revere.
were literally he was singing Beastie Boys lyrics to me the whole day, and it wasn't even annoying or anything. I loved it because
Yeah.
like every time he'd sing, and it was like, damn, that's a good one too. Like
Yeah.
they just made so much good music, you just
Yeah.
forget about it, you know.
Have you ever dove into the Beastie Boys?
Yeah, I actually got the vinyl. My favorite song from Beastie Boys is "Low and Slow."
Oh shit!
Really?
Yeah, off of License to Ill.
Yes, sir.
Damn, I've never heard. All right, I see you, man. Yeah. Is that the only album you got?
Yeah.
Damn. You guys gotta check out Check Your Head and Paul's Boutique. Those are two great. All right, I don't. You've already heard like 5.5
No,
hours.
do your
of this
thing.
shit,
I'm
but-
here. I'm here for
Yeah,
it.
but it was, they're dude. We were talking earlier about it. If you really dive in, like every album's like an hour long, and
yeah,
like 30 songs, 24 songs, besides the first one, because that was like they're trying to get big.
Yeah.
But they have so many like jam sessions. They got like
Yeah.
hip hop. They got punk. They got fucking funk, disco. Like
So
hey ladies.
when I left the 5 o'clock and drove home, I just shuffled some Beastie Boys and like essentials or whatever. And one of the songs I just don't remember hearing from. It was like Intergalactic or Interstellar. Just
Intergalactic.
such a jam session for like the
Yes.
first 2 minutes, and it's
Yeah.
just like kind of trippy but awesome. And then he starts going into the hip hop part. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, you can't say like I've never heard this one. It's not like a
Yeah.
popular one by any means, but it's like a really good song.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They just have a lot of good stuff.
You got to dive into them, man. They're
Yeah.
legit, like one of the most experimental bands I've ever heard. And you will never guess it by hearing like "Fight for Your Right" and
Oh,
Yeah.
"No Sleep Till Brooklyn."
And that's what I was telling him too. Like it's crazy how many bands that people only know like the cover, like Nirvana. They
Mhm.
only know "Smells Like Teen Spirit" or what was another one? Nevermind.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Never, yeah, the record and like "Come as You Are."
But
and
they don't
everything.
know any of like the songs that make them actually Nirvana. Like I was telling him earlier. So Dave Grohl was in Nirvana, the Foo Fighters singer,
Yeah.
and he actually wrote the whole song of Polly. And
Oh,
it's
wow.
actually a really good song. Like it just kind of chill, like super laid back, or like I think it's like School's Out or Recess on one of the albums. The Bleached album or Bleach.
Yeah,
I
the
think
first
is-
one, the
yeah,
debut.
the first one.
Yeah.
Such a good album. Like that is just like
very raw.
very raw.
Very raw.
Like to the core. And you would hear it and you think, damn, that's Nirvana.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then you hear it smells like Teen Spirit and you're like, that's not Nirvana. It
Yeah.
is, but
Straight Butch Vig, the producer,
Yeah.
you can tell.
it's absolutely production.
I was telling you, like I've only heard like the big ones off Bleach. If I'm being real,
Yeah.
I've heard Nevermind and Inurt are like the two big ones.
Yeah, and
but
I say it like, I listen to them all the time. But, it's just like
it's like
that's
the
an
Beatles.
example,
Yeah.
It's like something people can relate to, Nirvana. But, Beastie Boys, songs you never hear of, and they're
Yeah.
just really good songs.
It's like Green Day with "Wake Me Up When September Ends,"
Oh,
or you always hear those. And when you hear that one guy that says something like redundant, you're like, "Oh fuck, you know Green Day," and then
Yeah.
you just spark something. Because when he said that today,
You know how many albums Green Day has?
Too many.
15,
Like
16?
something crazy, like
Yeah.
almost 20. Like it's honestly ridiculous. Like I looked at that and I thought, oh my god, that takes skill.
Yeah,
Yes.
they
You know,
just
like,
pumped out one.
One
last year.
album is a lot. Imagine how long that takes. But 20 albums, 15, 16 albums.
Yeah.
They've been going for 30 years.
Same members,
yeah,
right?
Since the
Yeah.
80s.
They're all the
Three
same.
mem- Besides,
Early-
they changed 88 or something,
Yeah.
87, but they changed the drummer once back in like the 90s, like
Yeah.
very early 90s, and they got
Yeah,
Trey
yeah.
Cool, the famous drummer.
Mhm.
They had a guy named John Kiffmeyer on drums, and he went to college. And instead of staying with Green Day, they were about to get big and get signed by like some independent labal.
Dang, bitch.
He's like, "I gotta go to college, man. I gotta get a degree." And then
Worst decision he ever made.
Yeah,
Bro, he's like, fuck. I didn't mean him. I didn't
Going
mean
to
to fuck up.
college.
yeah, one of the biggest bands in the 90s and 2000s.
Golly.
He's got
all
a
that money he lost.
Kids don't listen to his story.
no. John Kiffmeyer, remember the name though.
Oh,
But is there any like what music do you listen to? Like I never even asked you that. Like,
Me?
what's
Go
the
on,
music
Trev.
you guys listen
Good.
I'll let you go first.
everything, man, except for dubstep. I can't do just beats.
Like dubstep or like EDM or like any of it. None.
just any of it.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I could listen to like some of it, like if it's pop. a
I'm
little bit
not
pop,
big into it myself, but there's definitely like certain groups or like certain songs where if you can like intertwine it, like one example, and this is a very recent example, I think Tom Morello, Rage Against the Machine's
Yeah.
guitarist, actually released a song called like Knife Party or with Knife Party or something, and it was like half like EDM dubstep and half him on guitar.
I've heard something like
Really
that.
damn good song.
Yeah.
Like really damn good. You wouldn't have expected it. But then again, anything with Tom Morello is like
It's gonna be sick.
it's gonna
yeah.
be sick, especially to our generation rather.
I think I heard that on like Lithium or something when he took over. Did you ever the Lithium, the station?
Lithium is that
On
a station?
Sirius XM. You guys know that?
I don't pay
It's like
for
90.
Sirius.
My mom and dad have it, so but he did like a Morello's Revolution or something. And
Yeah, he actually has a thing. There's a website called Mastercraft. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
Yeah.
But you like pay for a subscription and you get taught different things. Like I think like Matthew McConaughey has an acting class
master
on
class,
there.
master class.
And Tom Morello has a guitar class where he teaches you
Oh,
like how to do blues and shit. And it's
Oh,
like
shit.
$20 or $40. I don't know. Don't quote me on the cost. But there's some really cool things. Like it teaches you everything. Like I guarantee there's probably mechanics on there. It's everything.
Yeah.
But I saw scrolling through Instagram. So it said, "Hey, Tom Morello on Masterclass," and I went through and started looking at some stuff. They've got like finance and stuff. It seems like a really cool, legit app. I just
Yeah.
can't come to spending that much money
No.
on each
Yeah, right.
class.
You can find it on YouTube.
I'll
probably.
YouTube it exactly.
Yeah. Wait for someone to leak the
Unless-
footage.
But then it's like when you're
Is it
learning
tax
it
write-off
from Tom
then?
Morello, it's worth it.
I mean, if it's a tax write-off for
Then
business. If
shoot.
you use it for your business, maybe it's a tax write-off at that
Yeah.
end of the day.
Man, you might get sued for copyright or something like.
That's a fair point.
That's fair point. Fair
Maybe.
point.
Well, Tom Morello did it. Well, you're sued.
Yeah. Well, so you never really Tom Morello, and then like, what was like your first favorite artists? Like, do you have
Oh
any?
man,
like,
I was young. I grew up on a lot of rock and roll, metal, stuff like that. I liked rap. I like a little bit of everything, but definitely rock is my genre. So I'd say like I was into a lot of new metal because when I was, when you get to that influential phase of what kind of chooses and determines your music for life,
like
middle school, exactly. There was a lot of like new metal and like punk rock. Like these are some classic examples like Disturbed.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, Adelita's Way and kind of
I've
like
heard of them.
just a bunch of random. I like pretty much anything heavy, but
Like Linkin Park.
I do like Linkin Park, but that's a very controversial topic for a lot certain people.
Really?
Really?
Yes, because they change so much.
That's a
Yeah.
fair point.
That's like it's like any band. Like, yeah, I like Linkin Park, but only certain albums.
What's some records you like then?
I mean, obviously the classic, like the first two or three. I don't know the
Metroid
names.
and
I
Hybrid
told you,
Theory.
I don't know names,
Yeah.
but I can like hum every song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just whatever.
So like Hybrid Theory, Metroid with like
Yeah.
Numb and
Yeah, and it's like
that.
that wasn't like my greatest. Like, oh, they're great. I didn't like worship them or anything, but they were just really good albums to listen to. But then
I
you get to
gotcha.
their new stuff, and it's like Coldplay. Like Coldplay's new stuff.
Oh, like
so much
yeah.
more different. It's just like 180 flip. It's
Like
like you shouldn't
the-
even call them the same band.
No.
But it's not that I don't like them. It's just you didn't expect it.
Yeah, I got you.
know?
Yeah, it's like kind of like what was it? Heavy, I think was their big song off that. Why is everything so heavy?
Yeah.
Holding on. You guys know that?
Were they Coldplay or Linkin Park?
That's Linkin Park. Yeah.
I didn't listen to
It was very poppy. Yeah,
I heard about 2 songs and I was like, all right, it's
That's
like new
legit what
Kanye.
I
I don't
was.
want to listen to it.
Yeah, no.
There's one good song on there, but it's very sad and
Yeah.
it's pretty damn well written. But
Yeah.
I'll give you that. But my favorite Linkin Park record, if you guys haven't heard it, was "Minutes Till Midnight" with like
Yeah.
them staring on the beach, the
Yeah,
white
yeah,
and black cover.
Okay.
That was like the one that got me into Linkin
Yeah,
Park.
I'm into a lot of grunge too. Like honestly, grunge is probably like my thing. Like Alice in Chains and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like 90s grunge, like heavy.
That was like my 8th grade years.
I love. I don't know what. It's just something soothing to me about that like deep drop D,
Yeah.
like just kind of chill rock, vibey rock.
Hell yeah.
See, for me, that was a complete 180 for me. I don't know. In middle school and like elementary.
Listen to Hannah Montana or something.
Hey, how'd you know? No, I'm
I was about to
just
say, holy shit.
No, it was like 90s R&B. Just like
Oh,
smooth.
like Mariah
chill.
Carey, Boys to Men.
Yeah,
90s
Keys.
R&B. What is that?
man. Some
I feel
soulful
like I
stuff.
know it,
love
but-
to you.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
you
like
want me
Nelly
to.
and like.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
talk this light real quick.
You're good.
Keep talking.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like, I feel that like '90s, like hip hop and R&B, because that's like when it started. Like early
Yeah.
2000s is when it started.
It's
to,
more like soulful stuff. I listen to a lot of stuff that has like story base behind it. I guess.
Yeah.
Like it always has to have some type of meaning.
I think you reminded me of something that the first move I had with Travis in like a year like in May or something like that.
Yeah.
We pulled up to like this huge country star's house, and I just recently got done jamming to Mariah Carey's "Fantasy,"
Yeah.
and I'm not proud to admit that, but it's a great fucking song. And he
No, it
instantly
is
was
a
like,
fucking great song.
yeah, I woke up like the R&B beast in him, and
Yeah.
he like instantly was like, oh shit, yeah, Mariah Carey's the jam, and I was like, all right, fuck
You worked
yeah.
for a country store?
We didn't move. I think
yeah.
it was
Who was
Chris
it?
Lane.
Chris Lane.
Yeah.
I didn't know who it was.
I mean, we,
I don't
we
listen
keep
to
all of
country.
our
Yeah, I don't
customers
either.
confidential.
Nothing against it, you know. I just, not my vibe.
Yeah.
No.
The biggest I ever moved, I don't know, was a country star. I think you were on the move too, Dan and Shay.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was a hell of a guy. He was
He
awesome.
looked like Jesus, my guy.
Yeah, he looked like the dude, the Aquaman guy. He was
Yeah.
like, I was like, holy
Jason
shit.
Like long
Momoa.
hair, like
Yeah,
the
the
beard,
beard.
like probably had a cowboy hat on even, like
Nah, he just had the long
normal
hair,
trucker
beard.
hat, like something. You gotta
Dude,
have a hat.
He looked big in the pictures though, but I'm not gonna lie.
He's kind of short, just stocky.
No, he's kind of smaller.
taller than
really?
me.
He's
He was
taller.
What are you like 5'5"?
5'7".
Dude,
5'7"?
5'6".
They gotta be adding
I'm
some-
5'8". There's no way you're 5'7".
I'm 5'6". I'm 5'6". Yeah.
Dude, whoever
Middle.
his editor is for his photos is doing great though.
I'll
Dude,
tell you what, some
Making him look
photography.
bigger.
You know, that's something I've wanted to get into. No lie though, like photography and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, it's
I've
an
been
art.
really looking at like getting a camera and stuff and just kind of messing around.
Yeah.
You know, everybody has their own thing too. That's the crazy thing is photography is one of those arts that is it's kind of like music. There's so
Yeah.
many vast different like genres or things you can do.
So,
But
what are you trying to get into? Like, what kind of camera are
like
you?
Polaroid or Super 8 or
a Polaroid, I would love a Polaroid.
that's
but
what's in right now.
Yeah,
that's all I'm
That's
saying.
because the '80s are coming back, bro.
See,
Like,
it is.
'80s are
Yeah.
coming back.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
get the big phone now. I'm gonna start it off
The
with
brick
trend.
front.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, you're gonna be it. You're gonna be the it factor. You're gonna be walking around the mall with the brick phone. Ladies are gonna drop their panties. Like, that's all I'm saying.
Pull up the antenna, grab aluminum foil, put on the end.
Talk about the brick. That's what you're talking about.
That's a good move and start. Talk about the brick.
Yeah.
I
Talk
like
about the
that.
brick.
Yeah,
that's
like
where the
wisdom.
song should be. You know.
Yeah, talk about the brick.
Talk
Yeah,
about the brick.
we're changing our podcast name
But
to
no,
talk
yeah.
about the brick.
Let's do that.
Yeah, we're just gonna talk about the brick
Let's
phone for
start
3
talking
hours.
about 8 balls.
All right, now back to talking about the brick.
Yeah.
We're sponsored
Next
by the
time when
Cash
we
App.
slang.
But I agree that the '80s are coming back. I don't think they should, honestly.
Hey, that's
Man.
cap. I
Yeah.
I like
Why
it. to
don't?
come
Okay,
back.
let's start with this. Why don't you think they should?
Yeah.
Okay, there. I love the fashion was kind of cool. Like if you wear it right, you know,
Mhm.
not the fucking parachute pants and everything like that,
Oh,
but
okay.
like the hair was cool.
Hammer pants.
The hammer pants, yeah.
Travis like, oh yeah, I'm rocking
Can't touch
these
this.
genie pants like
Yeah.
all the way.
The thing I do like about it is that new wave is coming back. You know, like the
New Wave.
Cure, the Duran Duran sound, like
Oh,
the music.
Yeah.
Like almost all like electronic synthesizers,
Yeah,
like keyboards
but
and stuff.
There was a lot of bad '80s pop. Like,
But like, is
that's-
that what you're not liking though? Is the music side of it?
the '80s pop is coming back? But I do
Oh,
like
I-
the new wave. But like the blinding lights and then like
Yeah.
You don't like playing?
nah, Save Your Tears and
Aw,
like the Max
dang.
Martin. Everybody's
Man, I
going
can't wait for
80s.
the '90s to come back.
That's what I
Yeah.
want, or the 2000s.
But I don't
That's
think
what
it's
I'd
going
roll
to
back.
because everybody
KG.
wants it. You know, it's like
Yeah.
one of those '90s live forever, but they'll never come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope not. But I mean, shit, they're going in cycles. Like the
It did. That's the reason the '80s. Every 40 or so years, 40, 50 years, something comes back. you
early
know?
2010s was like the 60s and 50s with like the Arctic Monkeys with the slicked hair, and then like the 1975 with all like the.
It's so weird how everything cycles like that.
It's
though.
weird,
Like,
isn't it?
It's different. I have to admit, like you don't really see it until you've seen what happened before. You know,
Yeah,
like
it's-
you lived through 2010, and then you go to 2020, and it's like with everything that's changed, you start to see trends and styles, like what's in,
Yeah.
and then you think about the people younger than you, and we're only like 20, 23,
Yeah.
22, 20, whatever,
Yeah, that
and
range.
we're seeing like what the 15 and 16-year-olds are like, oh my god,
Yeah.
like you're so young. Like, was I like this?
Yeah.
Dude, I went back to my old high school at just to watch the football game because I played football for like 6 months there.
Yeah.
So I was like, I wanted to see the coaches and everything, and then I went back and there was a rain delay, so we went and hang out in the actual school,
Yeah.
and I was like, dude, that person looks 12. And it's like she's in 10th grade, and I was like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
they look. It's
there are
fucking
girls
weird.
looking a lot older now.
So you know what I mean? Though, like,
Are they
I
looking
think it's
older
because
or
their
younger?
parents.
like the dudes and everything was like they looked like they were 10. It
Well,
was
I
like,
think
what
it's
the
because their
fuck?
parents like let them
You know
get
what I mean?
makeup.
What
and
are they
stuff
doing?
now, like-
Benjamin Button disease
Yeah,
or
I was gonna
something?
say like their age. I don't know. They just look way too young. It's like, you know what I mean? Like we looked like that at one
Yeah.
time. Was like we were in 9th grade, but we probably looked like we were 12.
But it's crazy because everybody has like a different like Like, look, like for instance, people tell me I look younger than I am, or if
Yeah.
I have a beard, I look
Yeah.
older than I am. Like, oh, you're 30, right? Like, no, not even close.
You do look like you're around 28, 27 with,
with a beard, and then I shave, and it's like, what are you, like 16? Like, yeah, let's keep it at that. But
Yeah, no. I'm actually one of those persons that actually looks their age.
Yeah.
As bad as it sounds. So.
I always get. I look like I'm
There's both
19
ends.
apparently.
Yeah.
I always look like I'm 19 apparently.
it's just
I
because you're
always
5'6".
get-
yeah.
The
I
beard
used to
has
be-
me though. Beard
Yeah.
got me in the second half. You know,
Yeah.
you got
Yeah.
double take. You know,
Fun,
You know,
fun
you
with the
got-
bag.
That's why I'm
Then
growing it out.
I'm
You
just
know.
kidding. man.
Covered it.
But yeah, I do like the '80s with the new wave sound. But you know that new Justin Bieber, the Kid Leroy
Yeah.
song,
Mm,
Stay or
"Stay."
possibly
Yeah,
not.
it's
I-
very '80s and it's very
I'll
bad.
have
it's
to listen
really
to that.
good.
I don't really like it.
Oh, you don't?
Nah.
Just just as a reference.
We could probably put it. If we don't want to get copyrighted.
I'm
no,
not
no,
gonna
no,
lie.
no, no, no.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I enjoy the synthesizers and shit, like what's coming back, but at the same time, there's nothing that's like really catchy. It's all like mumble.
I don't know. I mean, it's
Yeah.
one of those things like, you remember the Doors, right?
Yeah.
Like they were so like, I guess controversial. Number one, they were just a really big band, but they
Mhm.
used organ and they used synthesizers a lot.
Yeah.
But I feel like they used it just right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like bam, 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 bam. It was like, hey, look, I could throw the organ in here. Some of them went a little overboard, but
I got
it's
you.
just a matter of like how you use it, in my opinion.
I get that.
But
yeah.
I see what you're saying. Like, if it's gonna go all out, it's almost like, all right, now this is the '80s.
Yeah, back it
Okay.
on up.
Yeah, back it
Yeah.
on up.
It's like the Stranger Things
Let's
effect.
continue to
Oh,
evolve
yeah.
here.
Yeah. Let's get more sounds that we haven't heard, and
Okay.
you know what I mean. But it's just like Stranger Things. I feel like sparked all of it, and
Yeah.
ever since I was in like a senior in high school, I've seen like the '80s slowly coming,
Yeah.
and it's just like, all right, we're about to go full blown '80s, and
Hey.
then hopefully like the 2000s come back because
I remember 10 years ago, everybody said, yeah, we're in the 80s. And I was like, I don't know, I guess.
I-
10 years later, we really are in the 80s.
it's like it's like holy shit,
Good
everything's
thought, man.
fucking,
What
like
was
the
last 10
fucking
years,
Shit, are we in the 80s right now?
like the glasses are coming back, which I like the style.
Yeah.
I do love the glasses and the hairstyles and everything.
It's like
but-
nerdy is in.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
It's like nerdy is in. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's weird. It's like, damn.
like the Breakfast Club.
I should have waited, Like, I shouldn't have got cool.
Yeah.
Were y'all the cool kids in high school? Or were
Yeah.
y'all?
No.
I don't know. I was just able to talk. I guess I was outgoing. I was able to talk to everybody.
Yeah,
Like, everybody was fun to talk to for some reason, but I wouldn't consider myself cool
yeah.
at all.
Just kind of there.
Yeah.
I feel
Just
that.
kind of there.
I was definitely an
feel that.
extra. I was definitely
You were
an
an extra?
Yeah.
That's a
back-
good way of putting it, man.
Yeah.
Like, you were just an extra kid.
I was just there in the background, walking around the hallways.
I've never heard it like that.
Yeah.
Makes
I
sense.
made some. I had a few lines here and there, but I was just kind of there.
Yeah.
Everybody knew me, but
Yeah.
I didn't really speak. When I did, it was meaningful. But
Yes.
what about you?
No, I mean, I moved around a lot, so I really only got to stay more than a year or two when I went to high school. I stayed all 4 years. And by
Okay.
that point, I went to a school. I don't know how it is out here, really, but
Yeah.
I don't know if all schools are like it, but the school that I went to, everybody grew up together. Like elementary on, it was the
mm.
same kids all the way
Yeah.
up.
That was mine.
So like I was kind of like the extra, like you said, like the oddball. Like
yeah,
I talked to people, I got along with them, but I definitely by no means was in the
Yeah.
crowd. I just
Yeah.
kind of wanted to go home. And matter of fact, I had more tardies and lates than I did days there. I
damn.
Agreed.
think it was like 84 lates
Really?
and like 40. What do you call it when you just don't go?
Yeah.
Absence.
Absence, like 40
Yeah.
absences, like 80 something late.
Damn. Was that your senior year? Or
That was like almost every year.
Goddamn.
No, so I
That
have
was my
two
sophomore
younger
year.
sisters, and one. It's weird. We're all 3 years apart, so it just so happened that one was in elementary school, one was in middle school,
Oh,
and one was in
no.
high school.
Yeah.
So you know how the whole car line thing works. Like
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
7 and then 7:30 is middle school, and
Yeah.
then 8 o'clock's high school.
yeah.
So I had to go sit in the elementary line every day, and then I had to sit in the middle school line, and then
Yeah.
finally I'd get dropped off, and I was always late
yeah.
because by that time I was just late.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Why'd you
I
not ride
mean-
the bus then?
Because we lied about our address,
Oh.
so that I could go to said
yeah,
school.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So if I would have rode the bus, I'd had to walk about 14 miles first. It was plausible, but not probable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we could have found a way, but
I get that. I get that. But I mean, high school was a weird time. Everybody's trying to figure themselves
yeah,
out. And
I don't know. My high school was weird. I didn't grow up, or I guess like ours was just straight like there was too many damn schools. They were
Yeah.
right now, like you know how Murfreesboro
Like all smaller
is.
schools, like all 400 kids a class.
Yeah.
Not like one big county high school. where
No,
like
yeah, there's
1,200
like
kids. Yeah.
There was like 700, I think, in my class or
Oh
something.
wow, that's actually a
Jeez,
lot.
yeah, that's like
There was like less than
triple mine.
400 where I was at.
yeah, that's like double mine
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
There was
That's
a lot
crazy.
of people.
It's not a big school.
I mean, shit.
1,000 graduating.
2 million.
3.5 hour graduation.
Yeah.
Hell is that college? Like,
No, man, no, it was our high school. But yeah, we always had like a lot of like cliques and stuff. It was weird. Like you had your soccer boys, you had your basketball guys, football people. You had your emo kids, your musicians.
So it was like your
band ki-
2000s high school movie, basically.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah,
I was
everything.
living in a movie. I will tell you
Damn.
that.
Damn.
I mean, there was a lot of experiences I didn't expect to have in high school, but like
what was your favorite? Your number one, the
Yeah.
first thing when you think high school. What's the first?
Everybody
thing you
has that
remember?
one memory of high school that's like shit. That's high school.
senior year when me and my sister smoked with each other for the first time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did y'all know that y'all smoked together? Or, like smoked before?
What do you mean?
or
Do
is
they
it-
know?
You know, like, did y'all know that y'all both smoked?
Oh,
or like y'all just
oh.
kind of finally found an agreement, or just, or just
Sorry, it's funny.
yeah, it's been a long day of moving. But
We knew,
Yeah.
but it's just like I
Name
was
more
just
Waffle House. sorry. Go ahead.
we were just like I was really like a goody goody, so like I did smoke at one point, then at another point I was focused on like school, just games. I
Mm.
just enjoyed life basically.
You
yeah.
played sports?
Yeah,
What
But-
would you play?
I played soccer. I think
You played soccer?
yeah,
Are
12
you pretty
years.
good?
I'm alright.
He's all right.
He's being humble. He's being
I'm
humble.
yeah.
Compared to the rest of the team.
No, yeah, I'm alright.
Well, okay, all right.
But with football,
Golly.
I played 2 years, but senior year I actually quit, and the coach came up to me and was like, "Son, kicker pulled his groin. We're gonna need you to come back. We're
You
gonna
were a
need you."
kicker too?
Yeah,
That makes sense. Soccer.
Yeah.
it was weird, but I played goalie though.
Really?
Yeah,
But that,
yeah.
I mean, you got a leg if you're a goalie,
I
'cause you gotta
guess.
like punt the fuck out of it. every
Yeah.
now and
What
then.
was
I
your
wasn't
record
good at-
kicking field goals?
dude, I didn't really take much field goals. I was really really good at kickoffs, even though I didn't understand it at times.
The 1 year I played, how we figured out who the kicker was, he lined everybody up single file, and they had a football, and they put you 15 yards out, and you
Yeah.
just kicked it. And I think one person made it.
Oh,
And he's
wow.
like, all right, you're the kicker.
That poor bastard.
I mean, most of it's just like, yeah, exactly.
That's like Squid Games.
It was funny. I have to admit, like it was just a constant laugh fest. Like we were just making fun of each other, like, oh, can't kick for shit.
Oh damn.
Dude, that reminds me. JV, we didn't have a kicker, so everybody tried out for kicker.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
And I actually tried. Like I really tried to
Yeah.
make it, and I fucking shrinked the absolute hell out of it. Which
Dang.
it was a good vibe because everybody was like doing the exact same thing I was.
And you
and
just
then
go all the hell out, and then you miss the ball and fall.
just
and-
yeah, Charlie Brown it.
yeah, exactly.
The one kid that didn't make it was like a line drive that grazed off the crossbar.
And that was
Oh,
an
no.
accident.
And
He
it was
didn't
an
make another one
accident,
after
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You knew on his face, he's like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah,
I'm
he was
kicker.
the kicker. Yeah, in JV, he was like,
Sign me, coach.
Yeah.
he went from a wide receiver to kicker. So like,
Oh,
you can
wow.
understand. Like, he was like, "Fuck me." Like,
Yeah, no, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
That's like
They
him.
took him off wide receiver.
yeah, to play
Yeah.
kicker because we didn't have a kicker. Like our kicker was a
I'd have liked
sophomore.
Coach no.
Hey man, he was
No
probably
coach.
like 6th string or something. So
yeah,
they're like, "Hey
that's
man."
true. That's
Dude,
also true.
Our punter was like 6'3", like 210, like an actual wide receiver built.
Yeah.
And he,
Yeah,
the one
switch.
time I saw him actually play receivers on a JV game,
Yeah.
he mossed the fuck out of somebody. And
Like one hand?
like he legit went over
Oh, just
top
went
and
over,
like
yeah, yeah.
teabagged him. And then he walked up to the coach and was
Oh
like,
my
if you
God.
fucking play me a receiver, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But he got stuck at punter because the guy can actually nail the fuck out of a ball.
Okay. See.
But they just kept him at punter.
They can't play them both?
No,
Yeah,
I
really?
haven't. No, they didn't play them both. They never played
They
them
should
both.
have because
Like, what you go at? Like, it isn't like kicking is a very
Yeah.
intensive
I don't know. They just-
position. Like, you're literally taking somebody who just mossed somebody, and you're like,
Yeah.
all right, you only get to kick like 4 times a game.
He was
Yeah.
frustrated
Let him be a
because
wide
he legit
receiver.
walked up to the coach and was like, "If you let me play, this is what's gonna happen." And they're
Yeah.
like, "Nah, you're the punter, man."
see
They were
whatchamacallit,
sticking with their guys.
My junior
Yeah,
year
that's
when I
messed up.
played,
Yeah, it was.
my
sucked, man.
quarterback was the punter too. So that
He
he
must have
played
been
2.
a specimen then.
Yeah, he was a beast. He was a beast. We had
Best
a lot-
arm and best leg.
See, we had a lot of people. No, we had a
Punt,
lot of
pass, and
people
kick.
that signed in college. Like they played collegiate soccer, and a lot of people. Actually, we have one kid in soccer that's training to be a professional soccer player right now, and he moved back from London, I believe, and so he's been doing a lot of that with his mom and training. But other than that, it's just like we have a lot of specimens.
Yeah.
have
We
a
had
lot of-
one guy go to Ohio State. He was
Really?
a top 100 player, top 10 offensive tackle. The only reason why is because he was like 6'6", 300 pounds.
First thing I thought of was Alex.
Alex
You said Ohio State.
Yeah.
First thing you said Ohio State. I went, damn.
I never got to meet Alex.
You
I
really
believe
didn't?
we got-
No.
Did you work
Really?
with him?
Yeah, he was. Oh God, that's the buffest dude I've ever met in my life. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah. I thought he was like
The Rock?
30. I thought he was literally like, you could look at him and be like, yo, yeah, he's a college
Oh,
football player.
Yeah.
If he doesn't
Like-
play, like if he
like,
doesn't
why
go
wouldn't
to
you,
the
you know?
NFL, he could go to the WWE real quick, bro.
He,
Get him.
he
a
ain't
do-
going to the
he-
NFL.
yeah.
I mean, he's playing for Vandy, right?
yeah.
yeah, but he was like
He's
second
gotta-
string at Ohio State. He's probably barely starting at Vandy.
Yeah.
Not
Actually,
to
he's been
bad
playing.
talk him at
He's
all.
no,
Like,
he's a
probably
fucking
a good
monster.
player.
From what I've heard. Yeah.
Oh,
He's
doubt
been
it.
playing.
Really?
He's been playing. Yeah.
Ooh,
Noah's
Vandy.
been watching. I
Maybe I
guess.
need to watch that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're playing. Ole Miss is playing Vandy in 3 weeks. So
They're having
I
a
don't know if
horrible
they're
record
any
right
good
now.
though.
That's all I'm
They're
saying.
not that good,
Yeah.
but
hey, playing time in an SEC
Playing
school.
time.
is
That's all
still
you
pretty
need.
fucking
That's
sick.
true.
Yeah.
I mean,
Really.
he's still getting his stats in.
And he's
Yeah.
getting a degree in fucking Vandy. So you gotta
What is-
take that into account.
what is he getting? Communication stuff?
That's a rough
Like the
degree.
easiest one?
Yeah. But
Anything
still,
Vandy.
Yeah.
you have Vandy slapped on it. You're like, this guy knows what he's
Oh.
talking about.
Business at Vandy's rough, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just saying, like anything at Vandy, the easiest degree you can get is rough there.
See, I did a move.
General
They just
studies.
want you to be miserable.
No. Dude, I did a move out there and to buy one of those or lease apartments,
What do you mean out there? Like just
Like
in
in
the area
Vandy?
or on the
In the
campus?
campus?
like on campus. It's up there, up in the like 400,000s.
Yeah, it's an expensive
To
college,
lease an
man.
apartment, you're paying $400,000 a year.
That's actually kind of fucked, dude.
I
It's like buying
know.
a house.
Where is that?
Yeah.
California?
Yeah, that's what I said.
It's
I
like
said,
New York.
hell no.
I don't believe that.
No,
But
it's
maybe
gotta
it's
be
400,000 for the for the
I guess
actual
to,
for
like,
the-
buy
to
it.
own it.
Buy it.
Yeah,
To buy it.
To buy it.
Like
but
that,
yeah.
I 100%
Nah,
believe.
but
But
yeah.
To lease
That
a
shit-
fucking
to lease
that
it
shit's
was like
still-
40,000 over 60 grand
might
a,
as
a
well-
month.
no.
Like,
Might as well buy a fucking house at that point.
Well, yeah, I just thought about that, but no, yeah, just to buy it.
400,000.
That shit.
Yeah, it was 1.2 million to lease the house. For
Yeah.
yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Fuck, man. You should get that contract back. You got like 72 hours.
He's like, why? He's like, it's
who
on
the hell
Vandy.
lived here? Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
yeah.
Like,
Was this used in the movie Elf or some shit
yeah,
like that?
no. No,
But-
it's the same one Tony Stark got destroyed with.
I did cocaine with Bill Gates or some shit. Like, it's some fuck shit. Like,
there's still some residue on the counter. That's why
Yeah.
it's a
Hey, look,
little bit of blood
his
too
initials
from where he
right there.
bled. You know,
Bill Gates signed it with his fingernail.
initial.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
But
But,
no,
uh,
yeah, those are expensive. I didn't expect it to be like those out in Vandy.
they're nice. I only went to Vandy, to work rather
Mhm.
like 4 or 5 times. It's usually at the beginning and at the end of semesters or
Yes.
years because it's like a bunch of college girls that their parents pay for moves or whatever,
Yeah.
and you got to move them into a dorm.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing to me. I really wouldn't think that
You'd be allowed in a dorm.
in a dorm exactly.
Yeah.
Like I had to move. It was either Vandy or no, it was definitely Vandy. But they it was the weirdest thing. It was like move out day or whatever, and it was just all college kids. And then me and one other guy are walking on campus and are like, bellhop
Bellhops.
greens,
Yeah.
walking around in our work stuff. And just the lady at the front desk, like I don't know what they call them. At colleges now they have the front desk, and
The
there's always
RA?
I don't know if that's an RA or not.
Yeah.
Because they're gone after a certain time.
Oh, okay.
And they just kind of looked at us, and I thought like, there's no way that you need movers in a dorm that's
Full of
smaller than a
college
one
students.
like a single
A
bedroom
closet.
with it's literally a closet. Like, what do you need movers for? And then you go in there, and it's just like IKEA bags. Like, I don't know who I worked with one time, but literally it was 6 IKEA bags and like a dinner table. He's like, that's it. I was like, you could have fit that in your car.
Yeah,
you
it's
just
like
paid like $300-$400. Just your parents paying for it. Like, whatever, I'll take it. But
Yeah.
that sounds like Vandy kids right
you
there.
just wouldn't think that exactly. You just wouldn't think that, especially college students living in a dorm room.
Yeah.
Like, you've seen those dorm rooms.
Yeah.
It's
a
literally
clo-
like
it's
a
like that.
prison cell with an actual mattress.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I move my stuff. Like, all right, whatever.
I actually
I'll
did
take it,
move
yeah.
I did move that person to a studio. I think the toilet was literally in a room or something like that.
What do you
Like a
mean?
prison cell.
yeah.
Just in the
legit.
middle.
Hey, bro, it was nice though. The marble slab on the floor.
Just a little hole where you can squat over.
Yeah, I guess so. While you're at it,
What was it called? A chamber pot?
A chamber pot.
Yeah,
Yes.
the 1770s. Yeah.
bro. I've been
Ew.
watching a lot of
Huh?
Ew.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of like haunted documentaries on like haunted places allegedly. I don't know if y'all believe in ghosts or not. Do y'all?
I believe.
Well, like
yeah.
ghost facers and stuff. Like what was it called? You know, when they go out and they look and they have the green light cameras and
Oh,
What's the name of that?
EVPs.
Yeah, they do like the
EVPs.
actual EVPs. Like I've been watching stuff
Thermal
like that.
cam.
but
like
I've been-
YouTube's like random
Yeah, I've been wa-
amateurs or like actual TV shows.
I've been watching it on YouTube more.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's just
okay,
like,
yeah.
I don't know.
How much of it do you believe? Like, how much of it do you think they actually fake?
Actually fake.
Like
I-
100% without a doubt.
So-
Like we've all
Yeah.
seen them. Some of it's like, all right, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
But then some of it's like, all right, bro, like there's obviously somebody behind that door opening and shutting. it. Like there's
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
way you're just standing there watching this door open and shut. Like
Oh
my
my
ass
God.
would be gone. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
like,
would've afraid.
fuck, I'm out of here.
Yeah, it's
Hey
like-
guys, let's go investigate it more.
But like, how much do you actually believe?
Not. It all depends on
The
what this,
episode and the
epi- but it all depends on what they're trying to capture, I guess.
Yeah.
And I guess going in it with an open mind, really. It's
Yeah,
like some of
that's a
it
good way to do
you
it.
could tell it's going to be faked,
Yeah.
and some of it you can tell it's like,
Like, they
I
just
can't
want
explain that
views.
shit.
Yeah.
And maybe science can, but
Have
or
y'all
not.
have y'all ever seen the one with the security guard in the school and like the fire hose door is like slamming on itself? Have you ever seen that?
Possibly.
It's
I've seen
fucking-
something
yeah.
like that
It's
where the door
legit.
just opens and shuts.
Slamming like, and then they go over there and like, there's no way there's a guy behind it.
You know, that reminds me, kind of a little off topic, but
Yeah.
I saw a meme the other day that made a lot of sense. And I don't know if it's just like dumb science, but like they say that they have telescopes now that
Yeah.
can look like 18 billion light years away or something crazy.
Holy
But
shit.
we can't get a picture of a UFO. Like a blurry picture of a UFO. But we can
Yeah.
see crystal clear pictures of like planets like
Yeah.
bajillions of miles away. And it just kind of made sense. Like
It's like you see like a UFO or like Bigfoot, and they pull out the shittiest camera they
Yeah.
ever owned, and there's like,
it's like, I
well-
don't know. And yet they have crystal clear images of, you know, Sega 12 48274, you know,
Yeah.
planet with water, you know,
I think also I've been-
489,000 years away.
that is kind of funny.
Don't worry, we'll cryogenically freeze you. Hopefully by the time you make it, we can thaw you out.
Yeah.
Earth will no longer be here, but you'll be there.
Yeah.
But you'll be there.
Um,
There's water, there's life, right?
Yeah,
That's
you'll
fine
make it.
with
You'll
us.
make it.
dude. Yeah. What about conspiracies? You believe in those?
Oh,
It
that's
depends
good.
on the conspiracy.
What conspiracy then?
Oh
'Cause
man,
that's a good one.
I believe
there's a
in,
lot of them. I
ooh,
mean, are you
I
putting
got a
this on
good
me or
one.
you guys? Okay, go ahead.
The Marilyn Monroe one.
Oh, she was
Absolutely,
killed?
100% out of
Yes.
doubt, murdered.
Murdered.
She
was.
She
Without a
was
doubt.
murdered
She
by
definitely
the
knew some
Kennedy's
shit.
brothers. She was
Yeah.
about the
Or the mob, because like
Mob.
they were the Kennedy brothers were like basically in the
high
mafia.
profile.
They got in because like they hired them.
They, and then as soon as they like,
No,
as soon as they
um,
became presidents, they kind of like distanced themselves. But
Mhm.
there's still a lot of people that believe that they had.
You know, his
ties.
dad was a bootlegger. Their dad was, so
Oh,
that's
yeah.
why they were tied into the mob.
And you know, some of the like one of the pieces of evidence to me, or I guess you can't call it evidence, but
yeah,
I don't know. One of the things
Quote-unquote.
was when they found her, they had like pill bottles,
Mhm.
and like there was still like if there's a quantity of 40 pills in the bottle, like only like 4 of them were gone.
yeah.
There's no way you can overdose off
On
what she
4
like off of
pills?
4. So it was almost like they injected her with something, and then they just threw the pills out to say, "Oh look, she overdosed."
I don't.
But
I
if
don't-
you go and look, like the toxicity
Yeah.
levels in her blood were nowhere near how many. It might have been like 12 pills were gone, but like it was nowhere near what it would have taken
to kill
for
her.
those 12
yeah.
pills.
I don't
No,
think
it,
there
it
was
just didn't
signs
match
of
the 12
showing
pills.
Oh,
Like it might have been like 4
overdose.
pills.
Yeah,
There was no
shit.
signs,
Yeah.
and there was like 12 or 16 pills gone or something.
like she just murked.
Yeah, it's like
dead.
she fell over with no
Mhm.
drugs in her system, but she overdosed, and that's
Yeah.
what they called it.
Like no foam, no spit, nothing like that. It's
So
just-
that's the crazy thing. It's like, you know, I definitely don't believe she overdosed.
yeah.
Or if she did, it wasn't of her own accord. Like, let's be real. Like, people who do drugs often know how much they can and can't do for the most
Yeah.
part. If
Yeah.
you take 4 pills every week, you don't take 24, you know? Like, you don't just do it.
Yeah.
You might take
Yeah.
6 one week or whatever, but you don't take an excessive
a
amount.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I definitely believe that one.
What about JFK? Multiple shooters like were involved.
I don't know enough
No.
about that one.
No.
I don't think it
I
matters.
think it. I mean, what
think
like
so?
the like.
I think
the
either way, his
CIA
head
was
got blown
involved.
off, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
Because
dead.
there was
Yeah,
two.
he's
No,
gone,
but there
yeah.
was
He's
two
gone.
shots. So apparently, allegedly,
back into
right?
the left thing,
Mm-hmm.
where like there was no way he got shot from behind, like because he went
Yeah.
backwards.
But
I mean, that's a rough one. I mean,
It-
because
it-
it makes
that one
sense.
is.
Like, is it one of those things that people want to see a conspiracy?
yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Well,
I
like
don't
the
think so.
CIA, he was trying to leak some stuff about
Yeah.
like Cuban Missile
Yeah.
Oh,
Crisis,
yeah.
and like we gotta get rid of this guy. He's gonna
Mhm.
leak a lot of shit. So they obviously got him killed,
Right.
and then the shooter, quote unquote, got arrested.
You would,
and it was-
Yeah.
Could you imagine what happened if that information got out, though? Like,
oh, we'll be fucked.
Jeez.
Yeah,
like
everything
that
would
we
be fucked.
assassinated our own president,
Yeah.
you know, or something
Yeah.
like that. Like, it would, first of all, have been the first, I think, right?
Uh,
That we assassinated our own, not
Yeah.
that one
yeah,
that's been
I was about to say,
assassinated.
yes,
No, I
Lincoln
think
and
Abraham
McKinley were
Lincoln-
before.
But that wasn't by us. That was
That
by
was
some
by
random.
some John
Random-
Booth.
Really?
Yeah, I
no,
mean-
I feel like they did that piece. That was when he abolished like slavery and stuff. So
Yeah, but that wasn't
Well,
like the government, like
It was some guy
like
from
the
South.
legislators and the senators. That was just some guy with a grudge.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
like he
okay.
hated Abraham.
Yeah,
because
like
he-
most of the time. What
yeah.
was the other president that got shot?
McKinley?
In the chest? Yeah, and that was just some guy with a grudge.
yeah,
But he should have lived. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because it was
Who's the other one that did get shot? In
Garfield.
Roosevelt.
Roosevelt.
Yeah,
He gave the speech. Or
he was
whatever.
a badass about it. Yeah.
bro. I'll tell you what, man. That's a tough motherfucker.
But McKinley should have lived, but that was the when they were trying to get the bullet out, they
They
gave him
pulled an
gangrene.
artery or
They
something?
gave him
you
gangrene,
serious?
and he died from it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that
He
sucks
died
ass.
from an infection.
Yeah,
And from now on, presidents get the best care.
yeah. And that's why nowadays the Kennedy assassination, they drive in cover
Yeah,
tops.
They
because
changed everything, like protocols and everything.
They
for
don't
them.
Oh, yeah.
drive in convertibles. They always have a roof
Oh
over.
yeah,
hard
yeah,
top
most
now.
definitely. And they have like 9 different cars, and they don't even
Mhm.
tell you which one he's in.
Yeah.
Which I believe, in all reality, he's not in any of them.
Nah, it's like a diversion.
He's in a different state.
Yeah.
Just
Like,
hologram of
they've
him
got a
just
look-alike. He's wearing like prosthetics, like Weekend style, looking like Al Capone or Godfather. You know,
Yeah.
like guarantee it. He's not even in the car.
Man.
Talk
Yeah.
about an $80,000 Suburban. That's like an $800,000 Suburban. That thing's
Yeah.
got like 50 cows equipped. Like, that's pretty cool. I don't know.
And then-
Okay, here's a big one that's always been like really a
Yeah.
I
conspiracy,
know what you're
but
gonna say.
aliens.
Oh, never mind.
Okay,
Oh.
what's the conspiracy? Is that
I-
9/11?
I thought you were gonna say 9/11.
Yeah, 9/11.
9/11.
I don't really. I mean, that
I
one
think
was
it
definitely.
happened. I think that happened.
That was like a terrorist group
Yeah.
that took over.
Are you sure?
Ah.
What's your belief in there?
I believe it was kind of both,
Inside
but
job.
I kinda. I don't have proof on the inside.
Yeah.
So here's what I 100% know for a fact: that building was dead dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's,
like just collapsed.
it
on
just
itself.
went. And that was the crazy thing is like that was the only piece of information when looking at it that I actually believed.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the way they demolition drop buildings, it was to a T, man. Like literally, it didn't fall outside of the zone.
And you go like that.
It didn't tilt. It didn't tip. And they want to say like jet fuel and heat and all this, factors or whatever. And I was like, honestly, like
That's a
It
good
does look
point.
I'm
like a
sure that
demolition.
contributed. I don't care about that though. The point is, it dropped like a demolition.
That's a
They
good
didn't want to
point.
damage anything but those 2 towers.
That's a fair.
I didn't
never thought of
notice that though.
Mm.
Like,
I mean, yeah.
Shit.
was the jets in it though?
That was the They say that the
They-
steel girders would not have melted under certain circumstances, but because the jet fuel was in there, it burns at a hotter degree. And
Oh, that's
they
bullshit.
actually they released something recently, like a couple
Yeah.
years ago, or maybe 10 years ago, that actually they have evidence that
It did.
that fights each other. So it's
Okay.
still not proven.
Yeah.
Like one thing says yeah, it could have, another thing says yeah, it couldn't have, and they're both published. Like
Oh.
actually smart people.
Okay.
Whatever. But
Damn.
to me again, that doesn't matter. Like, yeah, I guarantee that did damage. Trust me. Like it obviously did damage. It's 2 planes through a damn building.
Yeah.
But it just looked like it fell from the bottom out.
Oh,
Like
That's-
it
yeah.
looked like it just was dead dropped. And maybe I don't know nothing about demolition, but I do know that doesn't happen when you hit a building with a plane.
Yeah.
Let's build one, run a plane into it, and see how it falls.
It doesn't.
not like
probably
that.
won't fall. You know what I mean?
And that was the other thing is I don't think they should have fell. I mean, maybe the tops fall off of them, but they really
It was pretty high up.
yeah. I mean, if the tops caved in, it would have done a lot of damage. I just with all that steel and all that construction and
It
all
should
that
have
that deep into the ground,
Like,
I
exploded
just
a
see
little bit
so
more.
many other
ways it could
ways
happen.
it could have happened, and it just had to dead drop perfectly.
That is kind of
and-
true. I didn't think about that. Now.
And that was the only piece of evidence that I actually believed. It was like it
Damn.
literally looks like a demolition drop.
And it's a tall ass fucking building. Too.
And then
really
they say
fucking
that that who was the president at the time? Bush. That
Bush.
Bush planned it, which Again, it's not that I don't believe it,
Yeah.
but think about what his whole platform was.
Yeah.
It was war, it was defense, it was funding
No,
for the
he-
military. What
Yeah.
happened right after 9/11?
We went into Afghanistan. all right.
Exactly.
And
Right.
what bills did we pass or acts did we pass? Literally,
The
like
anti-terrorist, something
Yeah.
like that.
Well,
Anti.
it was like it starts with an N. I don't know the name of it, but pretty much it gave the government any right to.
I know what you're talking
It
about.
gave the government any right to like infringe upon your rights, your
Yeah.
Bill of Rights, if they deemed it a national security.
I'm gonna look that up. I know exactly what you're talking
But
about.
as soon as all that happened, like everything changed.
Yeah.
Because like and you know he kind of fought for it and stuff, which again it makes sense. But did he do it or was it a damn coincidence? I don't know,
don't know,
but
man.
it seems to me. But I mean, we dang gave Al Qaeda guns
Was it
before
the
they even
Patriot
attacked
Act?
us.
The
You know?
Patriot Act.
Yeah, it was.
They
the
actually
Patriot
do.
Act. But I mean, they gave them our weapons
Yeah.
before 9/11 happened. Like we funded them, and then
Yeah.
we're like, oh, whatever. They're not going to get big. They're not going to fight back. Guess what? They started fighting back.
Yeah, and that was like the
Maybe it
80s,
was
too.
with a little bit of help from us. You know,
Mhm.
hey, do this for us. We'll make you a big thing. And then we
Mm.
know they're never going to get really that big because honestly, we could just drop a bomb and wipe them out. You know.
Yeah.
But you know,
Interesting.
Shit happens.
like I said, I don't believe one way or the other, but I do believe in specific facts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
some
believe
stuff is
it
definitely
was
sketchy.
dead dropped, and I believe that there was possibly some ulterior motive for having, you know,
Hmm.
like a Patriot Act, increase in funding, all that fun stuff.
Damn.
Yeah.
Shit.
Anyway,
Okay.
off my chair,
Yeah.
my soapbox.
Damn. Yeah, I never thought of that. I never even heard of that part, like the demolition drop.
Yeah.
Damn. Because that usually, they just go fucking collapsing.
You know,
but-
or they fall apart in a different way, but I mean, it goes straight down. Not a single shard of anything went any other direction.
shit.
Yeah.
And-
I did think about that though. I was like, you can't just go straight.
And it was both of them
down.
too.
Yeah.
Like they
And-
both fell the same,
Like exactly like
and they were
down.
hitting two different spots. They were, you know what I'm saying?
But apparently
Shit.
they were supposed to hit the Pentagon too, and the
They
White
did.
House.
They
Well,
did.
they
hit the Pentagon.
tried.
They
They-
tried hitting the Senate
Yeah.
building. but
They
that was a
drove
f-
into the dirt like a couple hundred feet before the Pentagon. Like they missed, but
Yeah.
they did hit it.
Yeah.
They
Oh.
they hit it. Like they hit like a side of it, and then they were
And
trying
out of
to.
all things, that's the one I feel like they would actually want to hit.
Yeah.
or like the
That's
one that they
literally
were.
where, like FBI, CIA,
Yeah.
everybody's at.
Flight 93 was supposed to go into the Senate building.
Think about all the information and the chaos we would have lost and that would have caused.
Yeah.
And
That would have been
didn't
the
do it.
smartest
yeah.
thing to do.
What the
They would
Pentagon?
have sent us back to
Yeah.
the Stone Age.
They-
Yeah, basically. I mean, not the smartest thing, but that would have been like,
the most logical.
yeah,
for
that
them.
would have been like the, I guess,
The s-
yeah.
well, they tried,
yeah.
that's for sure. They just
Yeah.
obviously failed.
They missed.
No,
yeah.
that was a
They
great
missed.
thing though.
They threw
I'm
a dart at
happy.
a something.
The
They hit
needle
the
and-
window,
yeah,
not the
yeah.
wall.
Yeah.
Yes.
They threw for the. Yeah, I don't know. What, you
It's
know
like
what
a
I mean.
bird
Yeah, we
flying
know
to the to the window and just smacking it type thing.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
But going back into where I was trying to
Yeah,
steer
no,
into,
absolutely.
Aliens.
do you think aliens exist or some type
Yes.
of other life forms out there? And do you believe in
I believe
UFOs? If so,
I believe there is. I know the FBI did declassify that they did have in the 70s and
Oh my
80s
God.
that they did have.
You're
like a-
never gonna see that information, bro.
yeah, no,
You're never
we
gonna
never
see it.
will.
They I don't know if you know
But-
about this, but they actually published in one of the COVID relief bills that we passed.
Mhm.
One of the like you know how they put addendums and stuff
Yeah.
like, hey, this is the COVID relief bill, but also the water in Africa needs to be freed. You know, like some random
yeah, it's
that
some
doesn't
random
even.
thing.
Well, one of them was that the government had to declassify all UFO and all extraterrestrial for like the sake of human knowledge or
Yeah.
some crazy crap like that.
Okay.
Well, it passed. So they
Yeah.
technically have to declassify it. But that's happened before. Like they've said, "Hey, you need to like I actually think I heard this on a Joe Rogan. And
Is it Bob
something
Lazar?
Huh?
Bob Lazar episode or
possibly.
Yeah.
that
And
guy?
I ended up looking into it, and it's true. Like they've actually passed things before where they're like, "Hey, you need to release this," but it's not that they don't release it; it's that it takes so long to get it. Like you won't see it for 40 or 50 years, and by
Yeah.
that point, is it going to matter? Are we going to already know about them? Are we
Yeah.
going to care anymore?
Is it gonna be
Or-
on YouTube or something?
Is it going to be on YouTube or something?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, they're going to release it, but like they're gonna do that good old American patriotic bureaucracy card and drag it through the mud for
Yeah.
decades.
Interesting.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Well,
And what they do give you,
get it now.
what they do give you, don't even believe it's going to be. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Have you ever seen the Bob Lazar episode on Joe Rogan? The guy that worked at like the Area 51 type base.
Possibly. I just when he kept asking him all the questions.
Yeah, and he
I was
kept,
like,
like,
I
had
cannot
a
confirm nor
huge-
deny. or I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
do
He
it."
had the huge migraine and
You know the CIA had fun with that episode. Like,
Yeah.
all right, let's listen to this motherfucker. What did he tell him?
He was dancing around so much shit.
All
That I
right,
was like, I
Lazar,
can't
you
talk
lost
about it.
$1,000 this month.
No,
That's
not even that.
Fine.
They're gonna come and find him and kill him.
Yeah, because he was
Got
legit
murdered.
leaking shit. Like he's
Was
Yeah.
he really?
he's like
Yes.
I worked on a UFO and it's like it created a gravitational pull and like stuff was orbiting around the UFO.
Okay, come on now. Like, you
It's-
hear one
No,
guy
I
who says
believe
he
that.
works it. He's probably just trying to create something.
He's made documentaries. He's
Yeah.
he's
The
has
government
video.
probably paid him to tell him that, honestly.
Well,
like,
I-
hey, yeah, they have gravitational
Exactly.
field. Yeah, that's what we're going to tell you. They have gravitational field.
that's
you know?
that's why it's all conspiracy. It's like
Yeah,
so
right. You
weird.
can't believe even when you have somebody with credible sources, you can't even believe them, you know?
Damn, it's like. But the only thing that they said was backing him up because obviously
Yeah.
everybody's gonna be like, okay.
So there's two questions I have for both of you
all right.
regarding do you believe in UFOs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, number one, is your belief purely opinion or subjective? And two, I guess it's one question, but do you have any sort of like personal anything experience that not that you 100% believe it, maybe you thought, hey, that's kind of weird. Like,
Yeah.
is there anything that made you think otherwise? Or is it literally all just, all right, well, I heard this from Joe Rogan. I heard this from
No, no,
I
no,
saw
no.
this on Nat fucking Geo. You know, I don't know. Like, oh, yeah, I
No.
believe in it. That's what I think. You know, there's 10 trillion planets. There has to be one. You know, is that
That's-
your thought or what?
Really,
you know?
honestly, that's my thought because it's like we find so many planets, moons, like on a daily basis, and it's like something's got to be on there. Either it's
Water 18 billion trillion light years away. Like,
well, it's either like some type of like bacteria, something different. Like,
that is true. I think
like
I did read that
life
they found
form,
bacteria on
environment.
Mars or something.
Yeah, they
Like,
did.
Which
yeah.
technically that's alien. I mean,
yeah,
That is an alien life
I
form.
guess there are aliens, you know?
and then, like some type of like plants, like
Yeah.
stuff like that, like
Or like where there's like fossils of plants or
Mhm.
something. Like, yeah, I think.
or
it might-
creatures, just like stuff like that too. I feel like there's something out there that we just
like
guess, like,
humanoid almost, like
humans will
sentient?
never really comprehend or understand. I guess it's just it's something that we'll never will for a million years. I guess science is just too like political. I guess,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and it's just more of butting heads. So I guess in that sense, we'll never scientifically find it, but there's something out there.
So that's your personal like there's 10 gajillion whatever planets.
Yeah.
There has to be one.
Yeah,
I'm kind of along the same lines, but my thing is like, there's got to be a planet in a galaxy somewhere that's exactly where Earth is aligned to the sun. That's like exactly.
Well,
you
there
know.
is.
They
You know what I
did-
mean? But like that has the
No,
same
there
conditions.
actually is. Like,
No, they
you know,
did-
they have the same conditions. There's
Yeah.
like there is water,
Temperatures, yeah.
but they can't see actual life. There's no way for them to tell. Like they can't test the atmosphere and see if it's like poisoned or if there's
But
argon.
maybe-
But maybe.
Yeah, because maybe they breathe different. Like maybe they
Maybe they
breathe
breathe
argon.
argon,
like,
argon,
you know,
yeah,
Titan,
yeah.
like-
argon.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
about that. You know, it's obviously a high speculation. We
Yeah.
don't have any
But you know,
chemistry
like,
background in that. But
They come
I see
here.
what you're
They
saying.
oxygen's poisonous to them or something
Yeah.
like that. But somewhere deep out there, there's got to be not probably now looks like us, but
Yeah,
we'll probably never meet them. We'll probably never see them. But
Unless they
there's
come
definitely
say
something
hi.
out there. You know what I mean?
unless Elon takes us.
hey man,
Did y'all see that thing? I don't know. There's this famous.
Richard
Did y'all
Branson.
see that thing? Sorry. I don't know. There was a book or something published a long time ago. I need to find this reference for you
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it's really like the world's biggest coincidence sort of deal.
Yeah.
But there's like his book published by this guy from the 16 or 1700s, and in the book it's like his own autobiography. He goes on like tangents of what he thinks humanity is and where it's going to go. And
Mhm.
one of the things is he says that a man named Elon is going to lead us to Mars.
Oh God.
And
Oh,
it's literally written
shit.
from like the 1600s
Is
or
it?
1700s
Oh,
or
fuck.
1800s.
You
know what
I
I'm saying?
know what you're talking about.
No,
it's
I haven't
legit.
seen
He
that back.
predicts
It's,
how
it's
like
in an
shit
actual
happens.
book, and it says like,
That's fuck.
in the words it says like a man named
Yeah.
Elon will lead us to Mars.
Let's see.
Here we go. Elon Musk is trying to go to Mars. Like
Yeah.
that's
know.
just crazy things like that happen. You know, just little
Yeah.
experiences.
Let's see.
Or
What about the
coincidences.
multiverse? Y'all believe in that too?
What's that like? Parallel
Like,
universes?
Yeah.
like
Like-
multiple paths in life.
Yeah,
that split off.
like so the
I don't know,
multiverse
I
is
mean, that
basically
makes
like
sense, but
where we have like choices in life. It's basically like
where if
we-
I didn't come tonight, something
Mhm.
would have happened versus if I did come
they
tonight.
yeah,
Something
exactly.
completely
It'd be like
different.
some
Yeah.
type of
Yeah.
domino effect.
It's kind of like the Flash. CW, you ever
Mhm.
watch that where he can like jump multiverses?
Yeah.
because he's so fast they can bend time.
Yeah.
Is that
Or
the
he
thing?
he uses his electronic. I don't know, he uses electricity.
Some
I don't know.
superpower,
It's,
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But-
but I mean, it makes sense. Like,
Or like something different could have happened. Like
Do I believe it's possible? Oh hell yes.
Yeah.
Like
Because
if you
I'm
stayed
a
at
man of
Starbucks
science.
or like
But
you stayed, you know,
at the same
Yeah.
time, like, is it probable? Like, I could see that argument being made, but
Mhm.
there's literally it's infinite.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's millions and trillions of people, and every one of them makes how many choices a day? The choice to breathe is a choice. The choice to
Yeah.
go get water at 2 a.m. is the choice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Think
Yeah.
about it's like what's that movie?
butterfly effect.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Ashton
Yeah,
Kutcher.
yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Like,
sir.
you know, every little thing he does, it doesn't get him back to where he originally was.
Yeah.
And he somehow gets lucky at the end, you know, like whatever, you know, happy
Yeah.
ending.
Yeah.
But think about like how many different multiverses there are. Like, I don't know, it's a little far fetched to me. Like, yeah, I believe like the idea of it is true,
Yeah.
but do I think that there's actually another like multiverse? Like, no, I think that's one of those like string theory things that it can be like negated by another theory or something.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get that. I get that.
It's kind of intertwines into like
'Cause
aliens kind of thing, like that same belief.
in one
like-
reality, aliens don't exist.
exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So
Oh,
are
yeah.
aliens real? You know, you don't know. In one
Oh.
reality, they aren't.
Yeah.
You know,
There's a reality where like Hitler became an art student, and
an
like-
art student.
have you ever heard that? Like he got rejected from art school, and that's what K's caused.
I feel like that's going to be the next level of TV shows.
Yeah.
Multiverse. Like this is what really happened. Like
Yeah. I mean, Marvel did that with What If with their.
Marvel doesn't need to be doing that though. That's like superheroes. Like everything's different.
Hey man, I think it's a pretty good show. Great show. You should.
It's
Wandaverse
good,
or whatever.
but-
Or it's
WandaVision?
like What If.
But they
I
need
haven't seen
real
that.
like historical events, not like
Yeah.
far fetched fantasy. Like they
Mhm.
need like what happened if World War II didn't happen.
Yeah,
It's
like,
kinda-
You know,
imagine.
like a love
Yeah.
story between a soldier that would have gone and died. You know,
Mhm.
like just something crazy like that.
Have you guys ever heard the story about the English guy? Like I think Hitler told us, but it's probably a folklore. But it's interesting to think about because I did hear it on the History Channel, so that's my credit.
Yeah.
Hitler was
citation.
Citation.
Citation here.
Citation.
Hitler was apparently obviously a World War One soldier, but like in the
Yeah.
trenches.
Oh, and he
everything.
was
Oh,
the
yeah.
message runner. He would run the trenches.
He would run the
And
trenches.
if he would have gotten
everything.
hit, nothing would have been.
There was an
Yeah.
English soldier that actually found
No,
him like
yeah.
wounded from like mustard gas in like the field, but he didn't shoot
Wait,
him.
really?
Yeah,
but he didn't shoot him.
yeah,
'cause
he
was
let
like-
him live.
He let him live.
Oh,
He
that's
thought
the
he
worst
was
thing
gonna
he could have
die.
done was
Yeah.
be humane in that situation.
That English guy literally made the
horrible.
biggest like
He- what if he shot
$1 million
him?
mistake
If
of his
he
life.
was a dick,
Yeah.
the world would have been different.
Yes.
Yeah.
But because he wasn't a dick,
Like,
like,
he was a nice guy.
He was
a
a nice-
genuine
like-
guy.
oh, I just imagine rolling up on like some German Nazi, like, do I shoot him? I want to go to heaven. Like,
I'm pretty sure this guy's gonna do. He's gonna be all right.
he'll be
Finds a
dead
way to
anyway. You know?
justify it.
Yeah.
Maybe he just didn't truly think he was gonna make it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, like you never know.
No, yeah, that's
Yeah, he didn't want to live with the fact.
Have
know?
you seen the movie? Oh, I hope I get this right. 1912,
1918?
1918.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
I believe
Did
so.
you know that entire movie
It's one shot,
it's
One
two
sh-
shots?
two shots.
Okay,
Yes.
so they say it's one shot.
But
I don't believe it. I think it's two.
it wasn't in the beginning, right? When they pan out from him.
No, no,
running?
no, no. It's exact. That's the thing. It's exactly halfway in between,
It's
Oh,
where he gets
wow.
knocked out, right?
and it's black for like a good 2 minutes.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's where the second shot comes in.
yeah.
If it's one shot, whatever, that's cool. But it's not a big deal. But I promise you, why would you go black for like 2.5 minutes? You know,
Yeah.
like there's no point. I guarantee it's two shots. Like think about how much track of land they had to have set up, and you know what I'm saying.
That's a lot of fucking. Because you
Land.
think of the movie, like,
And think about like at the very end, there was like the beach scene or whatever. Maybe it wasn't the beach, the trench where he
the
finally
trench
makes
where he's
it.
sprinting
And
across.
just the all-out fucking explosions. Think how much money they had sitting there for somebody to fuck up and trip.
And look at the camera.
And look
It
at the camera.
accidentally set off the charges.
Yeah, so I feel like they had to break it at least in half. Like, was it
Yeah.
one shot? Yeah, whatever. It's just everybody like, all right, everybody, we're about to go. Scene two.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
let's
yeah.
move, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, but I don't know, like.
Or like
what
when
is
he's
the
flying
scene
through
of-
the river or something.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yes, or
mean?
when the plane crashes. How
Ah,
do you
yes.
CGI a plane crash in real time?
Which was honestly one of the biggest plot twists I've ever. I don't want to give it away.
Really?
Have you seen 1918?
I
Where
believe
just-
so.
Yeah,
I thought
I
the
didn't
brother. I
ask
thought
if
the
you'd seen
brother.
it. I
No,
probably
no, no,
should
yeah,
ask.
no, y'all
Go
good,
see.
yeah.
But the
Have you
brother-
seen it?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean that
Really
really
gets stabbed.
at
Mhm.
that point in the movie, I was like, what the fuck? Like the whole point was for them both to make it,
Yeah, to reunite.
and then it changes, And it's like, all right, well, now what's the story gonna be?
Yeah.
Which it was still a great story. Like it ended up being a great story, but you really didn't expect it. Like
Yeah.
it was a good plot twist, but
Yeah, it's halfway through
kind
the
of
movie.
pissed me off. I was like, damn it, I wanted him to make it.
I wanted
Like,
to see
I
his
know this
brother.
is war. I know this is hell, but
I got
come
a
on,
really
yeah.
good.
It's a movie.
Yeah, it's gonna be happy.
you gotta be happy.
I got a really
Ashton
good
Kutcher.
conspiracy.
Butterfly effect. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Or what you call it? I have a really good conspiracy theory movie by Quentin Tarantino, The Once Upon a Time in
Which one?
Hollywood.
That's the only Tarantino movie I haven't seen.
You gotta
Right.
watch it, dude.
It's beautiful.
It's an amazing. It's a masterpiece.
Yeah,
It's a master-
I've been
Yeah.
told that.
I think it's his
awesome.
best film.
It's definitely his best film, besides *Inglourious Bastards*.
And Glorious
Was
Bastard
that
was,
released
great
before
too.
or after COVID?
Right before, like
Right
June
before.
2019.
That
July.
explains a lot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
That's kind of the worst way for a movie to flop. Like
It
Mm.
national tragedy. All right, nobody sees anything for 2 years.
yes,
Better hope Hulu has it.
I think
Amazon.
it was May of 2019
May
when it came
2019.
out.
I saw it in July. I saw it on my
So,
friend's birthday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's when I saw it. But yeah, that movie is so good, really good. It's based.
Now it's about like
Mm,
Charles Manson, right? Like
Not
it's about
really.
like it follows it or something.
Yeah,
Not
So,
really, but
It's more
kinda,
of
It hints at it.
Someone told me
Yeah.
it was like interlined with it. Like two guys are
Sharon
on a
Tate.
road trip and they keep
Mhm.
meeting up with him or something.
yeah.
Something weird like that.
Well, no, what you call? So there's I guess they have two fictional dudes, just actor and his assistant.
Oh, and they're making a movie?
Cliff and Richard.
It's basically I'm
Rick,
trying to
Rick.
explain it the best way without spoiling it.
It's basically a
Does anybody
failing.
die?
It's basically like
Yeah.
a failing actor.
Is it a horror?
Nah,
So
No.
it's bloody
it's a,
though.
it's a drama comedy.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
yeah. It's like a rom com, but
Not a rom com, but
Ah,
Drama comedy?
I guess so. Yeah,
Dramedy,
Like
dramedy.
a funny suspenseful movie?
yeah,
with
a
some
thriller
action
will.
at the end, of course. But
very intense action.
yes,
Yeah.
Like Inglorious Bastard style?
it's brutal.
Probably
It's
the
brutal.
worst. Like
Worse?
Here's what I'm
It's up
taking.
there.
It's
No, you're good. I'll just watch it.
DiCaprio,
We'll
yeah, yeah.
reconvene.
yeah,
DiCaprio and Brad Pitt are two failing actors who are
Mhm.
trying to find their way in life, and
Yep.
then
yeah.
you follow Sharon Tate through her life,
Life
Okay.
too.
up to those points that take place.
Sharon Tate. That's the Charles Manson wife or something?
Yeah, the murder victim.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah, she got murdered. Yeah.
So is her part in the story fictional? Like everything that happens, is it based off of
probably.
any sort of kernel of truth at all?
Probably she basically
Hey,
her-
this is my rendering of
Yeah,
Sharon
it's-
Tate.
Yeah.
it's basically like she's the entire time she's basically like watching a movie or
You know Tarantino's from
yeah.
Knoxville, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
from. That's why he always references Knoxville.
In every
Tennessee,
single movie.
which is pretty fucking
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
I love
Only
this,
two people we have is Tarantino and Johnny Knoxville.
And there's a
Well
few. There's a few other
Yeah.
people I just can't remember.
Yeah,
Parker and I
that's
legit
true.
talked about it, like a couple of days ago.
Oh, on your on the podcast or?
Nah, not on the
No.
pod.
Oh,
us
just in
hanging out.
talking?
Yeah, just hanging out here.
There's
had
a lot
Parker
of
on,
people
right?
from
I
Knox.
thought
no,
about it.
not yet.
Thought about it?
I thought about it.
How is that the one
He's
person
the
you haven't
easy.
had?
He's the easy option. He's always like, if we can't find anybody,
Yeah, that's
he's
true.
the fallback.
So let me ask, like, who was the first?
Tony, this guy
Tony.
named I Am Music.
Yeah.
Are you trying to do one like every show, or are you trying to just kind of
Kinda.
Kinda.
Mainly just to
whenever
spice
you
it up.
want?
Yeah.
Yeah,
makes sense.
You know, because we had our first one was us introducing ourselves, and then
Yeah.
I Am Music is a guy I've been recording here for like 6 fucking months.
And you just kind of had him on, like,
yeah,
that's pretty
very
dope.
interesting guy, very cool dude,
Yes.
very deep and philosophical. He's a very cool guy.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, you got to listen to it. He's very deep about his stuff.
Definitely, I'll have to go and listen.
Yeah.
to all. I didn't even know you had a podcast until today. Like,
Yeah.
I remember you talking about it at one time, Travis, and then it was
Yeah.
just like, oh, hey, guess what? We're on our 6th episode. Like, told you to let me know, bro.
No, man, we just keep it coming.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just try to find time whenever we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you
no.
releasing? Like one a week or?
Trying to.
We actually,
we're on a streak right now. I
yeah,
think.
two
Two a week?
episodes in
Two
a
in a row.
row.
You're driving all the way out here twice a week?
No, 2 in a row. 2 in a row.
Two in a row.
So,
We've
like,
Two in a
done
row.
2
so
weeks
we've
in a
done-
row. Yeah.
We've done
Oh,
three
okay.
already.
Okay.
3,
yeah.
and we had to skip one because my dad wanted to hang out and watch the
Yeah.
Alabama Tennessee game.
Yeah. So,
So,
we're
Hell yeah.
2 in a row right now, and we're going strong.
We're going strong. We got it. We got
Yes,
it.
sir.
But
So what's been your favorite one so far? Like what
well,
became the
this
most
one's
productive?
pretty fun.
Really?
Yeah, this one's pretty fun. Yeah,
Yes.
Tony's
Okay.
was sick too.
Yeah.
Tony's.
Yeah, it was mainly like an interview type style.
Yeah.
But this is kind of like just hanging out.
Hang
You know what I
back,
mean?
relax, chill.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
kind of what we.
And
kinda
we
like.
know each other. We're comfortable with each other. It's
Yeah.
not like you're
Yeah.
trying to force a conversation. We just,
I mean,
you know what I'm
we've-
saying?
we went through
Meet
hell
some
with each
guy.
other,
What was his
yeah.
name?
Huh?
Was it Tony? What'd you say? His
Tony,
name?
yeah,
I Am
yeah,
Music
Tony.
or whatever.
I Am Music.
Yeah, it's almost like you're just trying to get used to him at the same time as making a podcast.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. But we've legit gone through fucking hell with each other. Like we moved a 600-pound piano before, which I would like to get your point of view on that.
Oh,
Which
no.
piano?
The
You
one
talking about
with-
me and you, or you and him?
Yeah, me and you.
Oh, you want to
Yeah.
trade stories now?
Yeah, have, you,
Oh,
have you ever heard that
golly.
story when we had to
No,
move
I
the,
haven't.
the
Please.
You're gonna
Tell
have
me
to
though.
remind me, bro. My brain's fried
No,
like an egg.
It was
like,
me and
Brandon's
you,
great.
and then Elijah, I think, and then Elijah, I think was his name.
I remember him. He went by
Was
Will.
it
Elijah
cold
Grimes. Grimes. It was very cool.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
it when they told us there was no steps?
There's 3
and there
steps.
was 4 or
There was
6 steps.
9 steps.
And then we got it in there, and we couldn't get it in the door.
Yes, you got it.
And oh my god,
Just started at start. I want because this guy was worked
this
the
was
fuck
pitiful,
up
man.
after.
This was pitiful.
It's
So
600 fucking pounds.
We show up to this house, and number one, it was underscheduled,
Oh, no.
understaffed. Underscheduled and overestimated.
Yeah.
So like it was like we showed up, and it was literally the first thing he shows us. All right, this is the piano, and I just looked at him, and I was like, "You know, we don't take pianos, right?" And he's like, "What are you talking about? We don't take pianos." Like, that's the reason I booked you guys. Why would I hire movers if you didn't take pianos? She told me on the phone. I was like, great, our sales team is back at it again. Telling
Yeah.
people we move gun safes and pianos. Like, we
Oh
just don't have the
my
equipment for
God,
that.
yeah,
We're a
no.
low budget moving company. We don't do stuff like that. You want that? Go Fox Moving. Go move on. You know, do
yeah,
something.
yeah, piano movers.
You know, we're college kids. We don't have all the whatever. Like,
We don't
but
have the
even
tools.
though we do what we do for our
Mhm.
customers, we want to make them happy.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, well, just let me take a look at it. There was 2 steps going down. It was me, BK, and Elijah. And I think we had a 4th, but I don't think he showed up.
Yeah, I think it was just us.
It was a
three.
good old call out, you know, or no show rather.
Yeah.
And so we finally get the first thing we wanted on. It's like, all right, well, we probably need to put it on the front of the truck. So we go and we put it on the roller dolly. We get it down to the 2 stairs. And I said, you know what? Let me ask a question. I said, hey, so the next place, is it a house?
Yeah.
He said, yeah. I said, is it pretty flat? Yeah. I said, so how many stairs are there? Yeah, like 2. It's not that bad. I was like, all right, because if it's any more, we won't be able to get it up. Like, I hope
Yeah.
you understand that. And like, yeah, no, it's just like 2 or 3 stairs. It's not bad at all. So we finally get everything loaded in. It took way too long. Kind of unhappy because some people are just unhappy. And it's like,
Yeah.
whatever, we're still going to do our job. So we go into the second place. The first thing I fucking peep, first thing I see, six stairs
Oh, no.
leading to the porch,
Yeah.
and then 2 stairs into the thing. It's like,
Oh,
that's
hell
8
no.
stairs right
Yeah.
there. And it's not that I have to take 8 steps. It's the incline
Yeah.
in which 600 pounds is shifting on my body.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like that refrigerator that we got that one time.
So the funniest part, it gets better. I promise you.
It does.
We were actually, it's really good. The funniest part is when we showed up, it was obviously the last thing on. About halfway to 3/4 away in the move, the appliance delivery guys get there.
Oh.
And they are taking their sweet ass time for one refrigerator. And by the time we get to the piano, they just get the refrigerator in the door.
Yeah.
And kind of a sidetrack, the funniest shit ever was the way this guy tried to explain to the customer how a refrigerator worked. He was like, yeah, so these are your doors. You open them. You've got doors in here. You pull it shut. What you do is you just plug it in the back. It stays cold. There's a button right here. You turn. It's like, dude, every
This is your
refrigerator, it's like a
freezer.
car.
Yeah.
Here's the steering wheel. Here's the Prindle. And here's the gas.
Yeah.
You know, like, you don't
Get
teach
in
somebody how to use a refrigerator. They've obviously
Yeah.
owned a house before.
This is your freezer.
Funniest shit I ever heard. I was like, did he really just explain to him how a... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Word for word. He goes,
Yeah.
and this is your freezer. This is not a fridge. Do not put cold stuff, put frozen in here. I was like, bro, like, they know what a fucking fridge and a freezer is. Like,
Now,
there was obviously he was a reason working for an appliance company.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was my sidetrack.
Yeah.
So we get everything off. They're still there, and we go and we throw the shoulder dollies on. And we're like, all right, well, we have to shoulder dolly this motherfucker
Yeah.
up the stairs. I said, number one, I'm pissed about it. I want to just leave it at the bottom because they straight lied to my face. And so I was like, whatever, we got to get it. They had the audacity to walk up and say, hey, do y'all need help? I was like, I mean, I'm not going to make you lift nothing, but if you want to stand on left and right and make sure it doesn't lift sideways. Because you
Yeah.
know those shoulder dollies, there's no
Oh,
left and right.
yeah,
it just kind of
yeah.
sits on the bottom. So we start pounding it up the stairs. Of course, I'm the captain, so I have to be on bottom. I have
Yeah.
to take all the weight.
Yeah.
BK and Elijah are on top.
That was just me. Elijah was on the side balancing it with the
Oh, wow.
guys.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I was grabbing onto
Because the,
No, that
the
sound
part
like
I was
BK.
about to get to was we actually had to stop on the stairs
'Cause, yeah,
because
my strap
Elijah,
fell.
your strap fell. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought it was Elijah. I thought he was like, hold on a minute. So anyway, they ended up setting the piano down, and for like a good it felt like 9 minutes. It wasn't. It was like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there just holding 600 pounds
Oh
like
my God.
in a strap while they're just kind of like looking around like, oh, it's on the side, and I'm just like, please hurry.
Yeah.
So eventually, we get it up all 8 stairs. We set it down. We take about like a 7-minute walk because
Yeah.
like my back is shot at that point. Like
Mhm.
I've had an 8-hour day. The last thing I wanted to do was pick up a 600, 700-pound piano in negative 10-degree weather up 8
Have your back look
fucking
like a whole
stairs.
parabola.
Bro, it was bad. So we get it. We get it in there. We get it and set it down. We take our minute, and they're like, "All right, well, where's it gonna go?" And they said, "All the way in the back of the house,
Hell no.
in like this room,
Tiny
and
hallway.
tiny hallway." And it was one of those like L hallways where like as
Oh,
soon as you get
it's
to
not
the hallway,
fitting.
it didn't fit.
Yeah.
And I told them, I said, "Guys, I don't think that's gonna fit." And I said, "And the only way I could even possibly get it is if we flip it on its head, and I'm not doing that. Like I'm
Yeah.
not gonna do that. It's gonna break, and I can't do that." And he was like, "Oh, absolutely. We don't want you to do that."
They
So
were
let's just
pissed, too.
try it. So they were upset. Well, what if it goes here? And they took literally, it was like 10 minutes just to decide
Yeah.
that they still wanted to try the room.
Jeez.
So we get it over to the room. We get it caddy quartered in. It gets stuck. And I said, "I really don't want to push it. It's going to damage the walls." And they were like, "Oh, no, just give it a little push." And I said, "Sir, if you want to try it, I'll let you try it. But I guarantee as soon as I try this, there's going to be paint going. And you're going to get mad at me for it."
Yeah.
So he did tried it, and then there was paint going. And then he just kind of went and huffed because he knew I had told him that it was going to happen.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "All right, well, I just want it back on the other end of the house."
Yeah, put it in the living room.
So then we carry it all the way back, and it took like, at this point, BK was shot. Like,
Yeah.
I was
granted,
dead.
he had
Yeah.
2 or 3 moves, so Elijah had to hop in. So I carried it up the stairs. BK took a little break, which he needed it. It's been
Granted.
a long day, and then Elijah comes over like fully fresh, first move of the day. Every time we pick it up, all right, set it down. Like, bro, you just took 2 steps. Like, I
Yeah.
literally carried it up the fucking stairs, across the house, and we're going back, and I still haven't taken a break.
Yeah.
Get it over here. You can take the longest break you want.
Yeah.
We ended up finally getting it set there, and then they were like, "All right, guys, thanks. Have a good day."
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yep.
Didn't even let me run through the
Dang.
the
They
just said-
closeout.
they
They was
said,
like,
"Yep,
"All right, see
thank
y'all."
you."
Oh,
They
fuck.
said thank you.
No tip,
Fuck-
no nothing.
Fuck that.
No tip, no nothing.
Never got
And it's like
tipped,
I
yeah.
don't get mad when people don't tip
Yeah.
unless we absolutely deserve it.
They're, yeah.
Like that's a 600-pound piano we weren't supposed to move, and I had every right to say "Good day, sir," and leave when I first did it, and I still would have got paid.
yeah.
But I was nice. And then I know you guys have money. Like you just bought a 3-4 bedroom house in a nice
600
area.
pound piano.
You got a 600-pound piano. You
Yeah.
both look like you just got out of a business meeting. Like, there's no way you don't have $20.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna be like, "Oh fuck it, it was a $400 move. If they don't deserve it, like,
Yeah.
you should have went to Fox, motherfucker." Like,
You know what
Call it
those
punks
customers
their
were?
ass.
They probably thought that y'all did the logistics and all that over the phone.
most people do.
Dude.
Most people really think that we're the owners of the company for some reason.
Yeah, we're like the faces.
Oh, this is your company? Like, hell, fuck
No, man, we're just self-employed contractors.
Yeah.
We're independent.
And then they hear contractors and they're like, "Oh."
Oh Lord.
What was the fridge? I was curious. You said like that fridge we had to move that one time.
Oh, with
I'm
them.
curious to see what y'all went through with.
What fridge are you talking about?
So it was the most recent one.
Man, I'm telling you, my brain's fried. Like, I've touched so many refrigerators.
It's
Give me a little bit of it.
So it was me, you, and Lucas on the move, and it was 2 pods.
Was it 2 fridges or 1 fridge?
It was one big one. We had a
2 pods.
yeah. It was a weird move. So they wanted us to load up a pod, and then they had us go to the house and load up some
long
of their
ago
stuff
was
from
this?
the garage. But while we were at it, they wanted to sneak in the, "Hey, can you move this in the house too?" But it wasn't on the inventory type thing.
Mm.
And so we had a huge, like, gray refrigerator. It was like a restaurant fridge.
Oh, the old couple that you kind
Mhm.
of got upset with because they kept adding shit.
Yeah,
It was an industrial fridge.
fridge.
Like, it
Oh,
was literally
shit.
like,
A restaurant fridge.
It
basically.
was
Like double
heavier.
doors.
bro,
Heavy
I have
duty.
never seen a fridge heavier than a piano.
And I carried it
Shit.
that whole time for them.
All
just
2 or 3 of us, no, we flipped out. We
Yeah.
gave Lucas it for
Yeah.
a minute. We gave him it for a minute. I took it for a minute. And I wasn't even supposed to be on this damn move.
Yeah.
I
you
went
were
and helped
helping
him
out.
out. Like,
Yeah.
I showed up, and then he goes, "All right, take this fridge," and I held this motherfucker, bro. I have never held a fridge so heavy in my life, like
God
heavier than
damn.
that piano by far.
Yeah.
God damn.
And we couldn't even lean it at a 45
Mm-mm.
because it was so heavy it was gonna hit the ground.
It was so tall too.
Yeah.
at that point.
Why would they
Yeah.
need that?
Apparently, it's the best fridge you can own or something. I don't know.
Fuck
They gave me
that.
this
A
sort of.
fridge is a fridge.
What is that?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
That should be in a bar or something.
Yeah, like what the
It
fuck?
was. It was like an
Restaurant?
industrial style, like a restaurant fridge.
Yeah.
Damn.
And it was heavy as fuck.
I don't know who told them that we could do that, but
And they're
that's
like, well,
the second one, sadly.
And they had their like kitchen. They had it like re-drywalled so it could fit this
Yeah.
fridge. Like they had a corner like cut
cut
out
out?
and like put drywall in and made a caddy corner for it. I
Damn.
was like, oh, it's getting in there. I was like, all right, y'all can do it. Like,
Shit.
no, we did it for them. We ended up putting it on moving blankets and sliding it because
That's
they were like,
smart.
oh, we just did the floor, and I was like,
Yeah.
well, I don't know how you're getting off the blankets, but here it
God
is. You
bless
know.
you.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're like, keep it.
Well, they
It's
had
on
to do
us.
something in the back,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
They get some muscle.
But
men to
I
do it.
think one of the roughest times we had was with Duffy.
When is that?
When you got the free bottle of when he gave everybody like a free bottle of some dumb shit.
That was a rough move for us. What
Man.
weren't you the lead or was it me?
When we showed up, it said like 2 to 5, and
Yeah.
we knew it went like it was a 5 or 6 hour move,
Oh my god.
and we knew when we showed up, and he had the milk truck,
Oh god, dude.
and they
no.
wanted us to do a second load.
They did.
Oh
It
man.
didn't happen.
Good.
fuck.
Good.
It didn't happen.
Fuck
It was probably 10 o'clock when we finished the first load,
Yeah.
or well,
No.
what, 8, 9 o'clock. It was dark.
So we finished the move around I think 8, and we had a.
2
They-
to 6, and it went to 8 or something.
They were
like that.
so adamant on getting this fridge in. Like they had us take everything apart. They had us take like the door handles. They had us take. We had to do the butterfly thing with the doors to try to fit it in, but that didn't work either.
And they had 2 fridges, and one of them was brand new, still in the padding, the
Padding.
wrapping, the box, and they
Bubble
asked
wrap
us
and
if
everything.
we could open it and put it in the house for them.
No.
No.
And that's well, it's not that I didn't want to do it; it's that we're really not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're not allowed. Like if something happens to it, they don't cover it. So it's like I'm
Yeah.
really not supposed to do it.
Yeah.
So I kept trying to tell them like, listen, like I can't really do that, and neither of them would fit through the door.
Mm-hmm.
Neither fridge was fitting through the door, and they were at all. Like they were upset and desperate, and I felt bad for them.
Man,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we ended up taking the fridge apart.
I was about to ask you, didn't you have to take a fridge? Like,
Yeah.
We took
legitimately?
one of them apart, and then we got it in, and he was like, well, I really want to try this one. And we measured twice. He said, I don't believe you. I said, what do you mean you don't believe
We
me?
measured
We
it
used a measuring
twice.
tape. Is it marked? Is it
Yeah.
a,
We
is it
used the
wrong?
iPhone with the measuring.
He's like, I don't believe that. And then he goes and measures it, and it was like 1 inch difference. And he was like, I think it'll fit. And we went and tried it. Guess what? Didn't
Didn't
fit.
fit.
Didn't fit.
He's like, well, can we take the handles off? Sure, but it's still not going to fit. Took the handles off. Didn't fit. He's like, well, can we take the doors off? And I said, no. He said, what do you mean no? I said, I can't do that. It's like electrical. Anyway, long story short, like,
Yeah.
we ended up getting it in. But we took the door off. We widened the frame. We took the fridge doors off. Like, we were literally there 2 hours messing with the fridge that
Yeah.
we weren't even supposed to do. And I told him, I said, didn't you have whoever you bought this? Aren't they supposed to come
Aren't they
install
supposed
it?
to do it? Yeah.
Like, where'd you get it from? And he said, and I was like, yeah, they do free installs. Why didn't you have them do it? He's like, well,
Yeah.
And when we opened it, this was the worst part. When we opened it, like, it had like what do they call that? Like saran wrap, but it's industrial and it's like over things. You know, it's that
shrink wrap. Or?
Yeah, but it's like
Yeah.
that clear
It's like
plastic,
plastic.
like what
It's
you
just-
put down when you paint. It's
Oh,
that
like the
thick-
tarp, like the
like
very
a tarp, like a
yeah,
thick, clear
yeah.
tarp, and inside of it was packing foam and cardboard, and so we tore all that out. And when we tore it out, there was a dent in it already,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh,
he got
shit.
mad at us.
Yeah.
And he watched us open it. Like he
My
was standing
God.
there watching us open it, and he was like, "You guys did this." I was like, "Bro, it was in a box."
That's the
like, what
customers
did I
that
do?
try
Take
to
the
reach
box
for
off,
stuff.
punch it with a metal steel ring, and then put
Yeah.
the box back on, and somehow not get through the
like
plastic?
a baseball bat to the
Yeah.
fucking side of it.
Like
or
just some of the
something.
things people like. Yeah, I know
they
we're
try
movers,
to
but
get you.
I don't know, man.
Dude.
it was just crazy. So many crazy, and I blow it out of proportion. I exaggerate a lot.
And
but-
that's me too. Yeah, when I get mad, I get mad. Like,
But
No,
I'm
but
not
we
really
were
mad. It
mad.
was just like almost fed up. Like, listen, I've been here 3 years. I really don't want to deal with this.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
like, yeah.
you watched us do this. I'm not about to do this.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
like there's no way in hell.
there's
that was
no way
us.
in hell. And even if we somehow did magically do that, like you can just
Yeah.
claim it anyway. You're going
Yeah.
to.
Mhm.
It's
You're
like,
going to no matter what. Let's be honest.
It's like
Get-
that move Monday, the day before when me and Martario got screwed over with the 2 no-shows
Mm-hmm.
up on the hill.
Yeah.
That lady tried saying that we scratched it. Even though
Did you
Oh.
post that in the group me?
Yeah, I was like 2
Was it
people.
Monday?
Yeah, Monday morning.
Mm-hmm.
We were up on a hill.
The
the
lady
truck
said it
was
in
at-
front of them. I said, "Ma'am, this looks like y'all did it."
Yeah, we put 2 blankets on them. They were side by side. Nothing could have damaged it. And she's like, "This looks like a scratch." I honestly didn't see anything.
And then
Looked like
whenever
it was a part of the wood. Looked like
it,
It's funny
was
how they
just-
bring it up too.
yeah,
it was like
This
the
looks like a
small-
scratch.
No,
Okay.
it was like that big.
I honestly didn't see
and
shit. Like that's my
um,
thing. Like
When she said it, I kind of put the blame on her, and then she then right in there
Well, that
said,
wa-
"Oh yeah, that happened on a couple moves. That's been 8."
that lady
moved
was.
8
She just
times.
wanted to see if you guys were gonna comp it.
Yeah,
I wasn't budging. No, I knew that wasn't.
I literally called her.
Yeah, there
So
was.
I got a question for you guys because I've
Yeah.
been talking this whole time.
Yeah.
What's your favorite move experience, whether it be bad or good? Just something you look back
Favorite?
at.
The
and you-
piano thing is my.
Is that really
That's
out of all the moves you've been on? That one was your favorite?
like that's the most memorable.
I feel like
one.
that was just like
That was just hell. Like,
exactly.
That
That
was
was just
legitimately
an
just hell.
average hell move. Like
There was one where I went 11 and a half hours when we moved a 3-story
my
mansion
God.
into a 1-story townhome that was just a living room,
What?
kitchen, and a
the
loft.
fuck?
Yeah, it was 2 full
a
trucks.
mansion to a townhome.
Yeah,
Who did the estimate for that one?
I don't
That
fucking
shit-
know.
Did they really think that
It
it was
was-
all gonna fit?
yeah,
it was
did-
legitimately 2 full trucks. Like Neil was on it. He had to help
Fuck,
out.
man.
We went from 9
Wow.
a.m. It was supposed to be a 9 to 3. It took 9 to 4:30 to
Going
load.
from 20,000 square feet to 2,000.
It was
Yeah.
legit like it was like this basically. We're going
You're
to
not
this.
kidding.
No.
It was legit this house. Like,
What did
it
they
was-
do with all the furniture?
We
Yeah.
basically filled the fuck out of the garage. Like that's basically.
Oh,
what
they
happened.
sold
And they
all
were
of
fine
that.
with that. They were
yeah,
just like, fill
they
the
said,
garage.
yeah.
Yeah.
There was just, dude, it was so fucking much. It was legit, like a basement, 3 stories. It was fucked. Like it
Yeah.
was full. Me, Pierce, if you remember him.
Mhm.
Piers.
Herrera.
Remember that story on that one move?
Which
So-
one, bro?
So okay, so here's a move that recently
Yeah, that
happened
one
with
story,
me.
that one time.
Yeah, I just realized that there's something that just happened recently where my foot went through the installation. Of
Bro,
You were
that was gonna
telling
be
me
my
that.
favorite. I was literally that's the reason I asked
That's
that
my
question.
favorite move.
That was literally the reason I asked the
Because,
question. You want to tell it?
Yeah,
I'm
so,
interested. Yeah.
We
You're
had to go
telling
into
me
the
about that.
attic, and first of all, we're not even supposed to go into attics, and we got it's a really tight.
Yeah, that was our fault. I
um,
mean, honestly, we weren't supposed to
attic.
go up there.
Yeah.
So when we
understandable.
went up there, it was just a long day, and like I said something, and I was like, I remember when Pierce did this, and I went ahead and I
No,
said,
you're not even telling it.
Oh
right.
no, no,
Come
I
on
thought
now.
about it. I
No,
was thinking
start at
about
the
it, but then,
beginning.
huh?
Start at the beginning.
About what?
When you crawled up in the attic and you about knocked your damn
Oh
head off.
yeah, I forgot all about.
Before,
actually, I knocked it so hard I forgot. That's why.
he hit his head and he literally like the customer was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
Like,
it was.
literally sounded like you hit a 2x4 with a hammer. It was like boom. Like it was like
dude.
brain damage loud.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah.
Sorry, continue.
No, I
Had to
literally.
get that part.
I didn't know that. I was just like, I didn't remember
Get
it.
stunned. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was pissed. He ended up getting up. I'm hijacking your story, but he ended up getting up, and the first step he took, as soon as he hit his head, he stands up. First steps to the ceiling. I mean, it was like
I was
it
mid
just bad
sentence
luck.
saying,
How far?
I hope I don't do what Pierce did, and I was mid sentence.
Oh wow.
Literally saying Pierce.
Wait. So how high up were you? Like, were you actually like really high up? Were you like this?
That was
or-
the funny part. Is his foot fell through the washroom.
The
So-
laundry room.
So that was the funny part. So I saw him from the upward angle where his like whole leg was through the ceiling, and the customer saw his little leg sticking through the ceiling, kicking.
I really was trying to get back up.
He goes, "Ooh." And he goes, "Oh my god!" I said, "Did you just step through the?" He goes, "Yes."
Yes.
And then the customer is like, "Are you okay? Like everything's okay. Don't worry about the ceiling. Are you
Holy
okay?"
shit.
And he had this like welt on his leg. It looked like a spider bite. I don't know
Bite.
what happened, but it ended up
Yeah.
getting real swollen. He was limping the rest of the time.
It hurt.
But like,
It
I
hurt.
just couldn't get over like when we climbed out of the attic and walked by the washroom, like the washer and dryer in
Just
the
a
laundry
fucking-
room.
Yeah.
There was a hole, and I could just imagine seeing his leg just like kicking, just kicking,
like
just
this
dangling,
big. Just
like up to his knee, bro, just kicking.
Holy shit.
That's one of those, you just walk by the room, like, do a double take, like, what the fuck
Yeah,
happened? Is there
oh,
a
shit.
leg in my ceiling?
Yeah.
And there was, like, insulation everywhere. Like, it was, I'll have to be honest, that's the first time I've ever seen that. And I felt so bad for you, but that was single-handedly the funniest thing
Move.
I've ever
You
seen.
want to know what's even more funny
And I feel bad
about
saying that because you were, like,
Yeah.
really having a bad day. Like,
Yeah, that was
you
bad.
knocked yourself damn out, stepped through the ceiling. dropped a safe on his foot or something.
Oh,
like,
dude.
it was bad.
Oh, dude, man, what had me laughing fed up was when Jalen said, "Hey, man, this dolly is flat."
When Joseph,
No, Jalen.
So you know
Jalen,
that
oh,
broken
yeah.
dolly we have
Yeah.
with the flat tire.
that the one bad
For some
wheel.
reason, they're still on the truck. He
Yeah.
kept trying to use it, and every time
Yeah.
he oh yeah, that's flat. Oh yeah, that's flat. It's like, bro, you just checked. Why are you still trying to use it?
I went, but like I knew it was kind of funny, and I see Aaron low key with in the corner of my eye, just laughing his ass off.
I just walked away with a box. I was like, all right, I'm going inside. You guys fuck with that all you want.
yeah.
Dude, my favorite Aaron moments when you called out sea. We're all on the move. That was really,
Oh,
you called
my-
out sea bass for like
Which
lifting all the
time?
heavy shit.
Nah, dude, I
Bro,
feel
for
bad.
what?
I feel bad.
Oh,
Me and
was that the one
Seabass
with
talked
Trevor?
about that one, yeah.
Is he
Was that
good?
with Trevor?
Yeah.
When we
Yeah.
were at the storage unit and I kept making him pick all the heavy shit up?
Yeah. I
And-
thought that was fucking
Well,
hilarious.
and it was funny. 'cause it's just
Everybody
like,
did. Lucas
well-
thought it was funny. Cooper, literally, there was like 6 or 7 guys on that move.
That was, like,
and
the best
Seabass
crew.
was getting made fun of by every
But
one
it was
of
a
them.
lighthearted.
Like, we
move.
were-
I
we
feel
were
like
all-
He started it. I'm not gonna lie.
It was a
but-
lighthearted.
It was
move, yeah.
lighthearted. Like he knew
Yeah.
we were kidding. When we walked away, he was smiling. It was like just giving him a hard time. But I did low key feel bad for him because I gave
No,
him every
yeah.
heavy piece.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting on the truck, like, drinking my water, listening to my Beastie Boys, like chilling it out,
Yeah.
dropping the lift gate.
That
He's
was a
just
good
like,
crew.
"You gonna come down here and help?" Like, nah, bro, you got it.
You know what
got
had
it,
me
Superman.
dead though? At the end of the move, when the customer said, "Oh no, y'all are good," I almost jumped in too.
Yeah, I apologize because she was sitting in a parking spot right next
Yeah.
to the truck the whole time.
She was there, yeah.
and we
Yeah.
were like dropping mad f bombs.
Yeah, talking
like,
that shit. Yeah.
Like, listen, like, I'm holding back my words on here, but like,
No,
it
you
was-
can.
We were
It's
all.
unfiltered.
I'm just saying, like, just as we were all laying into him.
Going in.
And I
yeah.
noticed it, and I said, "Oh my God, like that is not what you do. It's
No.
so
Yeah.
unprofessional." But at the same time, we were just, giving him a hard time.
It was
we
friends.
walked
Moving
away.
company.
Exactly. We're just
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
So I walked up to her and I said, "Hey, I just wanted to apologize." She said, "Honey, what for?" And I was like, "Listen, like I know you've heard everything we were saying. We're not doing it to be mean. We're just." He says, "No. We completely understand. My husband is the same way with his friends." And I was like, "All right, cool.
Yeah.
Like I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure you understand. We weren't like hazing him or bullying him or being just
Greenhorning
complete
him.
mean. And I'm sorry for the language." She's like, "No, literally, just do your thing." And I was like, "All right, solid." I felt
Yeah.
better. But I saw her sitting in the car and went, "Damn, like that just looks bad on us.
Yeah.
It makes us look
Yeah.
horrible."
Yeah.